Yeah, good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Stand On It Media. It's been a while, right? It's been a while, but we've been dropping that content. D Twins, what up, bro? What up? Did I just see my nigga Sherman here? Where's Sherman at? Oh, he not in here. What up, Sherman? I am waiting. King 3567. Hey, D Twins. I think that's one of them troll dudes, man. Kick him up out of here for me, please. So I can finish setting up real quick. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing no trolling, man. We ain't doing none of that. Nah. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two. Picky. Step two. Chicky. What up, man? Hey, salute the point and shoot though. He dropped a banger. Let's go. Why did my chat delete both messages? Like, what the fuck is going on with that? That's crazy. Something going on with the chat. Oh no, that's in the way. Okay. What's up, Brody? What it do? I gotta like my live, man. I don't even be liking my live, man. Hit that like button on your way in, please. I would appreciate the love and the support that I get. Wait a minute. What is going on here? Oh, that's what's going on. I got it. Man, good morning. Welcome to Stand On The Media, man. Who is that? Poro Mathers. If Wack is really in Colombia, I don't think the feds are watching him. Okay. I definitely hear that logic. Yeah. That's one way to look at it. Yeah, he's not really in Colombia, if I'm not mistaken, right? Columbia, South Carolina. Okay, yeah. Now that sounds about right. He's not really, out of the country like that. They're definitely watching him. If you don't think they're watching him, you must have been living under a rock. He has a whole indictment coming. They put loose cannon on him. Yeah. And whoever else they put on him. Wack's been a bad boy. He's been a bad guy. And so has Adam 22. Right, I have a lot of questions about the whole Adam 22 being infiltrated by the feds and working with the feds, and how did that even come about? Has he always been working with the feds, or was it when Wack came in the picture that he started working with the feds? And I definitely believe with Point and Shoot's video, a lot of my questions that I've always had have been answered, right? He said he was in Cali, Colombia. I don't think he has an indictment because he has already, and let me read it. Sat and talked to him, I guess. It won't let me see the rest of your response, but let me do this. Oh, I see it now. Let me show my own chat some love real quick. He already sat down with them. Yeah, the day after he went up to No Jumper, sat down with Adam 22 and pointed out who everybody was. Yeah. So yeah, we know we know he's done that, but he also has an investigation on him. Did you peep that Trap LaRosse? He sat down with Vlad, and remember, Wax said that Vlad was the feds. People sit down with Vlad, and that's where they go to talk about things, federal, talk about crimes, because the feds are listening. Remember, he said that before he sat down with Vlad. He said that. That's when they were at odds. Granted, yep, they were at odds. That doesn't mean the two things can't be true at the same time. So if you think that Vlad was the feds when you guys were beefing, what changed? Cause y'all talked in the past. Y'all had a relationship in the past. And you tried to press him. You tried to extort him. And Vlad wasn't having it. So Vlad stepped back. So nothing's changed. You always thought he was the feds. You know what I'm saying? How you know that's what Vlad does? Because that's what you do. That's what No Jumper is now. You know what I mean? It's the substation, He pointed out everyone. Then IBM Hoodlum confirmed everyone in the video. I was just talking to IBM Hoodlum too just now, on one of his posts. He essentially just said, man, it was already posted. 600 posted it, and then he posted it. It was already posted. You know what I mean? So he said, look, I wouldn't have did it. I told him that, though. I told him that directly. I wouldn't have did it. No way, no how. But his argument is it was already posted. It's already hit the web. It already hit the net. So that's why they posted it, So I wonder if Wack is still extorting academics. You know what I think it is, bro? Well, the short answer to that is yes, 100%. Whenever Wack, whenever Act allows Wack to go on his platform and lie and spin and do all the shit that he does, what he already is doing, like that's a form of him extorting him. But what I really think it is with like Vlad and academics and I don't think Trap LaRosse is gonna go for it. It didn't sound like it to me. It sounded like he really believed and still believes he was being extorted, but he like, well, you say it's not, so it is what it is. But I do think deep down inside, he's not stupid. He knows that Wack was trying to extort him. But this is what I really think it is, bro. I think it's they understand. If they didn't understand before, they definitely understand now that they don't have to necessarily be doing anything. Wack can weaponize the feds at any whim. He did it and took down Big U. They created crimes and then implemented him in them. And it worked. He threw a whole bunch of spaghetti at the wall, and a lot of it, as of right now, is sticking. But enough of it stuck enough to put him behind bars. To where you listen to some of these people that do commentary, they saying, Big U ain't no better than Wack, and he's a disgusting person that's milking his community. They don't have no proof that Big U has done any of that stuff that's in that indictment, let alone know if he is out here actually hurting his community. But what you do have is examples of him doing for his community. So we just gonna overshadow and overlook that. We're going to act like he has not sent hundreds of kids to college, afforded them a college education because of what an indictment says that was created by a group of informants who have no problem lying and making up crimes and have found a clever way to make them stick, backed and governed by a federal agency that don't give a shit how they get the job done. Just get it done and make it as clean as possible. Make sure what you do it sticks. Because once he goes to court, we can't help you. At that point, we can get him, but when it gets to court, you better make sure you did enough to make it stick. See, that's a dangerous weapon to have, and I think Vlad and others they know that. Even if there's some allegations lingering, like I don't know, academics girl being raped at his house and him knowing it and being in the other room sleep, stuff like that. Adam with his allegations that we're gonna listen to in this video. Stuff like that, man, it's like giving them ammunition on a silver platter, like, here, use this against me. You don't have to really make anything up, just spin the truth. Yeah. Shit is nasty work, and I think that's what it is. I think with Adam and Ack, they understand that Whack 100 can weaponize the feds against them, against anybody, against any of their enemies, and they know it. I just wanted to kill that few minutes so I don't get pinged and dinged. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, how long does that say? Hold on. Oh, I was about to say 87 minutes. But this video, I promise you, man, if you haven't seen it yet, it is so good. It is so good. Point shoot killed this shit. But I had a lot to say. So let's get to it. Let's get to the content.
Okay, so this is going to be a very...
Let me know if y'all can hear it, please.
It's going to be an update on No Jumper and what's been going on lately, because it's not looking good at all.
These niggas brought a cake
huge
to No
disaster
Jumper.
for No Jumper. I mean, this whole video is going to be extremely
crazy.
negative. Nothing good is going to be said, and I want to just get right down to business. So No Jumper is the police. What? Not really you guys know what I mean. They're like, they're looking at a federal podcast.
Okay, good looking out.
A lot of people are saying that No Jumper is getting people locked up. They're providing evidence for the DA. It's a evidence machine. No Jumper is. And that's not a very good reputation to have when all you do is interview gang members and all this stuff. So I want to play you a clip of CML Lavish D, street legend, rap legend from Sacramento. I want to play you a clip of what he had to say about No Jumper. Listen to this.
I got your DM a few days ago saying you want to get an interview in with me. I declined your offer respectfully, though. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of police shit going on in y'all building. I don't want to be associated with that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I'm really not helping nobody's career. Y'all getting niggas locked up. Well, niggas is getting locked up and they using y'all platform to indict niggas and, you know what I'm saying, and all that. I don't want to be associated with none of that, though, you feel me? No disrespect to you or none of your staff, but I just don't want to be associated with that type of shit, you feel me? I'm a low-key type of dude. I ain't trying to go viral. I ain't trying to have the police looking at me. I've been living a low-key life.
So this is really detrimental to No Jumper. People are concerned about their freedom when they get reached out to by No Jumper's team. They're thinking, oh my God, it's the feds. That's not good. What? And what's so interesting to me about this is that, a few years ago when the 16 surrendered his wife to be sexually fulfilled by Jason Love, that's when he forfeited his aura, his coolness. Everyone stopped respecting him at that point. But they would still occasionally go on No Jumper because they looked at it as, oh, I'm going on the platform. I'm not going on Adam 16. They still would suggest that they're just going on the platform. They don't necessarily like the 16. Well, now it's the platform that's got that stank on it. What? And everyone can smell it. It smells like pigs. It smells like disgusting. So
wake it up.
People are worried about going on No Jumper for law enforcement reasons. I want to play you a clip of Rio the Young OG. I suspect that this is the reason why he turns down No Jumper.
See what I'm saying? No, I ain't doing no Jumper interview. I ain't doing no.
So as you can see, it's becoming quite fashionable to not go on No Jumper, and this is really triumphant. It's very inspiring because people are doing the right thing, and it makes me feel so good. So this next clip is going to be rapper KRXQ Nephew, and he's going to walk off the show because there's too much dick and balls talk that's going on. There's too much gang talk, and this is what No Jumper is now. So people are walking off. I want to show you this.
Rap in a vehicle with that signage from your brand, right? That's a high show of respect.
Fair, it wasn't a rap. They actually had like monitors on the side of the vehicle. You out of here? Yes, sir. All right. What happened? You just not into the gang talk?
Oh. Dang.
All right, Neff. Much respect, player.
All right, shit. That was a powerful appearance. I'm going to hit you after this.
That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it.
Just what you say, if it was the screens or whatever.
Wow, so it is at this point, it's becoming cool. It's actually in style to distance yourself from No Jumper. It's not No Jumper's if you go on No Jumper at this point in 2025, if you go on No Jumper, you're a dumbass. What? Okay, and no one respects you. They're going to look at you. See, this is the problem with No Jumper now. It's if you go on No Jumper, you'll look like a fed, even though you're just a guest. And if you're a rapper, it doesn't matter. See, the 16 isn't interested in hip hop. He's interested in porn and sex. So if you really want to go on a podcast and get questioned about sex all day long? When the 16 thinks about hip hop, he thinks about taking advantage of fans and girls. This is why he went on tour with Lil Pump.
Adam 22 did my first tour when I was 16. Girls that were the same age as me when I was 16, and he was fucking 16-year-olds. So he has a lot of allegations right now going on against him, whatever. But that's karma, nigga. You keep talking shit about me, I'm gonna keep on putting you on blast, nigga, because you were fucking 16-year-olds with me, you little bitch. Don't fucking lie, nigga. And I got proof, nigga. I probably got videos on my phone that I could pull up, but I'm not gonna do it on stream.
First of all, what race is Lil Pump? Can somebody tell me what is his race? Because he was letting the nigga word fly very, very fluently. You know? He didn't even blink an eye. Nigga. I'm not sure what Lil Pump is. Salute to Lil Pump, though, for the content. But can someone tell me what his race is? Let's start there, you know? But what he said though, right, is interesting. See, because that was one of the questions I had, like, this whole time. Like, was Adam 22 voluntarily working with the feds? Has he always been the feds? Or did he turn fed when Wack came to the platform? And then I said, well, damn, why would Wack come to the platform? Of course, to do what he did to get Big Q, but they had to go to somebody that they can compromise in order to get them to do their bidding. Because no one's just going to just voluntarily just go all the way out, I don't think, for the feds, unless they're compromised. Now, you could have someone out there that just is dying to work with them, you know, but was that Adam 22's fate? Was Wack brought there to investigate Adam 22 because of these allegations? And they probably have him dead to right. Lil Pump just say he has videos. You know? I'm gonna point out something a little later in this video that I just need the people to understand this. Straight up, I'm saying it right now on the record. We, as a people, need to stop supporting Adam 22 and No Jumper. Period. If you have kids, you love kids, you have an issue with people being these pedophile predators, right? These pedophiles, these predators. If you really have a real issue with something like that, then there is no way, under no circumstance, do you support him. Can you support him? Let me tell you why. I want to wait till I get to this part, but I'm gonna point it out twice, right? This is a clear way to know that somebody has some type of petty energy, petty behavior. There's something there that's not normal. He later on in this video was sitting on a couch with some teens behind him, 16-year-old teens, at his platform. and they just having a regular a sexual-ish type of conversation. You'll see. But it seems like he's always in these positions. I understand Hollywood is crazy, and certain things happen that's out of your control. But I've not seen one of these situations that was out of his control. I don't live that way, don't think that way, don't think that it's acceptable to think that way. I have beautiful daughters of my own, and I don't play about them, and I wouldn't play about yours. If I knew about something, I heard about something, I will be the first one to let you know right after I get in whoever ass I need to get into, and then I'm gonna get it to you, and then you do what you would want to and what you may, right? But you will never see me in any of these type of situations. Even when it's out of my control, what I'm going to do is move myself out of the situation. Period. I'm not going to stay in that situation. I'm not going to even have that around me. Period. If you don't see me in that type of situation and lose my shit, like genuinely lose my shit, then you really need to be questioning what is going on with me. This dude has no problem being in these underage situations. He sees nothing wrong with it. He covers it up with it's entertainment. They're almost grown. But what's under those layers in that onion is someone that exempts petty behavior. Real petty behavior. We should not be supporting his platform. I'm asking the people who rock with me, who support me, to no longer support that. And to get the message out there that this is who the world is dealing. This is who is teaching your kids. When your kids go on social media, they go on YouTube or they go on Snapchat or they go on one of these and Adam 22 pops up. What do you think your kids are seeing? What do you think your kids are witnessing? I don't care how entertaining it is. It's what is the message that your kids are picking up when they watch this crap? Your young men and young women. The young men are thinking it's okay. The women are thinking that this is the way it goes. This is the way it's just the way it is. This is just how it is. And it's not. This is not the way it's supposed to be. But they have normalized it for so long. Somebody got to step the fuck up and put an end to it. Or at least start to sound the alarms. Right? How you get a direct message to him to get up out of town, to get up out of Dodge, is stop supporting his platform. Period. Let that shit sink. We need Adam 22, Whack 1. We need these dudes out of these lanes. These social media lanes where they can gatekeep and still push this type of bullshit down their throats. But let's really, I'm gonna let it rock, I'm gonna let it play, but I just really wanted to get that off my chest, because when I seen it last night, it really, really, really pissed me off, and the first thing that popped in my head is, I don't care how much you want to deny or act like this ain't what you about, or this ain't who you are. If that really is true, you wouldn't even put yourself in these positions. You wouldn't even be in this situation. You wouldn't have these young girls all around you like this. This wouldn't be happening. Because I know I wouldn't. Even when my hand is forced, I'm quickly going to get away from that. That's crazy. Now let's listen though. Salute Big Sherm in the building. I'm going to stopping and going, I promise y'all. We're going to let it rock.
Whoa. So did you just hear how the 16 said hi to this little girl? He said hi.
Let's run it back.
That's flirting.
Against him, whatever. But that's karma, nigga. You keep talking shit about me, I'm gonna keep on putting you on blast, nigga. Because you were fucking 16-year-olds with me, you little bitch. Don't fucking lie, nigga. And I got proof, nigga. I probably got videos on my phone that I could pull up, but I'm not gonna do it on stream.
Whoa. So did you just hear how the 16 said hi to this little girl? He said, hi. That's flirting.
What? Hi.
Oh, boob touching. That's like kind of a theme. Kim just slapped the dude's ass too.
And grabbing boobs.
We're getting deep. This is fucked up.
She's not wearing a bra.
And she's blatantly not of age either, Kim. And she's blatantly not of age either, Kim. She's blatantly not of age either. Dude, they paid for the meet and greet.
Do you see what I'm saying, y'all? I know I said but this is the part I was. Man, I could not wait to play this audio, bro, and dissect it. So let me address this too real quick. I wanted to do the one I put out last night. I wanted to do my reaction. Somebody gonna tell me in the comment section that because I didn't react to it, I just put it out, that the next time I do that, they're gonna strike me. It wasn't point and shoot. How I know it wasn't point and shoot, because I talked to point and shoot in my chat a few months ago, like right around the no jumper incident. I went live and he came to my live and was chopping it up with me in the chat. And I told him, man, I said, man, I react to your videos, man. I told him, like I tell anybody that I feel like they have an important message and I don't want to step on it. I told him, I said, man, I try not to do a lot of reacting to your videos because you do it so well that I'll just be highlighting everything that you're saying, because we're a lot aligned on our ideology on a lot of things when it comes to this. So I don't be wanting to just be like an echo chamber. So it's like, you did a great job doing what you was doing. I'm gonna leave it alone. And he told me it's all love. Gave me the thumbs up. Told me it's all good months ago. So to that person, if you listen to this, play with my channel like that if you want to. That strike will get overturned. Because I already got that approval from Point Shoot months ago. And it's a respect thing. But I had full intentions on reacting to the content. But I wanted to do it on a live. I wanted to put the content out first, let the people hear it without me doing what I'm doing now. Because I think this is a very important message in this video. And I was going to wake up the next day and do my reaction. But play with the channel if you want to. We're going to take it all the way. I promise you. I got money for that. So if you want to do it, let's play ball. Oh, you made me forget my point. So this is what I'm saying. Look at this shit. If that's not what you're into, if that's not who you are as a person, right? If you think something is wrong with this type of behavior, you wouldn't be involved in it. You wouldn't have it around you at your facility. Look at this shit. I'm telling y'all, stop supporting No Jumper. If you really stand for something and you got morals, you will not support this shit no more.
Hey, Lil Pump's a gynecologist, little known fact. Hey, aesthetic! That's for the vlog thumbnail too. We made a porno. Hey, for the record, I gave the free tickets to like some random girl from the YouTube comments, and they ended up looking like this.
He's acting like a teenager. Listen to him. Listen to his speech patterns. He's full of energy. He's like, for the record, I gave these tickets away to the... I mean, listen to these speech patterns.
I gave the free tickets to like some random girl from the YouTube comments, and they ended up looking like this.
Now, I will remind everyone that the 16 of Nashua is the one who put this out. He did this. He edited this together. He included all the flirting of all the teenage girls. This is from him. Okay?
It's to like some random girl from the YouTube comments, and they ended up looking like this. That's like when you're on The Price is Right and you spin the wheel and you hit the fucking 100.
Let's got it! Let's got it!
So wait, what are you guys' names?
Saria and Soim. And I'm Alex.
Right, okay. Got it. Hey!
They got mine. Mine's Alex. Hey, Alex.
Please have a seat.
I mean, looking at this footage, you really have to start to wonder what's going through the mind of this cuck. This was, I mean, what interest would he have in hanging out with this group? And those poor kids had to deal with this creepy old guy dangling money around, bragging about himself all the time, flirting with all the girls. Imagine having to deal with that. That would have sucked. I'm so glad that I didn't have to deal with that.
fucking girls my age, right? Adam was fucking girls that was the same age as me when I was 16. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? You are a straight pedo.
That's the shit I used to hate about Adam. I'm like, fuck this fucking little bitch wanting to fuck little fucking 16-year-old, wanting to fuck little fucking 16-year-olds, wanting to fuck little fucking 16-year-olds.
Wow. So I really genuinely hope that the 16 didn't do those things, because I don't think there's a statute of limitations. One of these girls could come forward at any time. So that's really concerning if it's true. I don't think it's true. I think the 16's a good guy. I think that he would never do anything like that at all. So, but he is a sex lunatic, and you're going to see that in this next clip. And this is partially why this guy walked off. It's because of the sexual deviance. And so what you're getting ready to watch is the 16 of Nashua is going to interrogate KRXQ nephew about his groupie interactions and if he's ever done sex to groupies. Listen to this.
But
That's
everything
real.
going good, man.
What are the nephew shows like? Are they filled with white women off ketamine and 17-year-old little sweaty, chubby bastards? What's going on?
Man, big shouts out to all the fans, man. But shit, it's all type of people, different people.
So
man.
did you just hear what he said? The 16 is disgusting. He just said, so was it filled with 17? No, he said white. Was it filled with white women and 17-year-olds? And then he corrected himself. What? Instead of saying 17-year-old sluts, he said 17-year-old sweaty bodies. That's not what he was going to say, I don't think. I think he was going to say, was it full of 17-year-old sluts? 17's okay. It's the 16s that he's worried about, I think. So this was really disgusting. I was like, why is he this is a terribly, terribly, terribly sick line of questioning. And KRXQ nephew wasn't having it, so he did a cold walk-off. And then the 16 began to cope. We saw, I believe, what looked like it was going to turn into a crinkled nose laugh. What? But it didn't materialize, but it was close. And then so he's coping, and then they have a discussion after he leaves about why they think he left. This was interesting. Look at this.
Not a Crip, not a Blood. He comes in here. He don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And it probably sounds kind of like, oh, shit, if I sit here, I might kind of be like up in the mix of a bunch of weird shit that I've probably been actively avoiding. If I was him, I would be trying to stay out of that type of shit, you know?
You were talking about dicks and fucking gang members.
Oh, we were talking about dicks and penises and all that, too. Yeah, that's the point, yeah.
I think it was more so the Crip thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think he was psyched on the dicks either, to be fully honest.
Damn, yeah, you got to be hyped on dicks if you want to be around here, yeah.
You just gotta be like a Renaissance man. You gotta kind of have a little something to say about everything. But can I just address like the whack thing real quick?
Okay, so on this.
Wow. So the 16 is so cucked. He's such a cuck that he just got the subject changed in his face by this guy from Long Beach. What? This is Brandon from the Viral Gay Podcast, I believe. He's from Long Beach. He's the most annoying, most idiotic, most shitty podcaster I've ever witnessed in the physical world, in nature. And I'm not even joking. And people are probably wondering, where'd this fucking guy come from? And I've got one word for you. Jala.
Frederick Jala is my real name.
Jala fucking brought him. And he wants a job bad. He wants it. So he actually talks sex with the 16. This is really disgusting. Look at this.
White dudes are incredibly cool with you coming through fucking their daughters, bro. Like, they don't really be tripping. Like, black dudes, hell nah. I dated Katie. Her dad, Jim, was cool. Hey, Brandon, how's it going? We in her room, like,
remember Katie, hey,
bro, not even tripping. I'm like, bro, like, do you realize I'm about to go in there?
That's like that Dave Chappelle skit.
Blow this chick back out, but hey, he was cool, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck, and you're kind of making me rethink that. Like, oh, am I supposed to be mad?
Right, see, it was cool, because you were cool with the parents. The parents, they're young, they're this or that.
So the 16 is not alone. This Brandon guy's mind is very dark sexually. And so he's trying to use his dark sexual deviancy to win over the 16 and show him like, hey, I'll talk about sex with you. I'll talk about how I want to fuck all the girls and we can have sex. I can't tell you how disgusted I am by this guy.
She's a fucking nun right now.
None.
I am black. I know black women are horny. They always got somebody in the dugout.
So Brandon wants a job so bad that he's willing to literally try to prove himself to the 16 by like going out of his way, like obviously going out of his way to prove his sexual openness. This is, he should be so embarrassed. I don't know if he is or not, but I'm embarrassed for him. This is insane. He used to talk, he used to sit in a chair and go on and on about how bad the 16 was. And now he's talking about, yeah, like I fuck all types of girls. Like I'll shove my dick in her pussy. I don't want to hear this at all.
Look at all the most negative platforms.
Yeah.
We're sitting in a place where the people probably have nowhere near as much money as No Jumper is getting right now. Why does this look way better than No Jumper? Adam let his own wife get screwed by some dude on TV. Like, for real. You think this guy is in a place that's healthy in his mind? So let those idiots and everybody who watch him have that unhealthy space. If you look at YouTube or any social media, the majority of the most successful channels are positive content. You get a girl, you pounding her down. Then you realize, man, I could just barely stick my dick in and just pull it out and stick it in, pull it out.
That's what
and they have a huge orgasm. Nobody's making more money than Mr. Beast. He don't talk about nothing negative. I beat my meat so many times to that
Maybe
chick.
I can convert her back.
Man, she used to
Come back to Satan.
in high school, bro. That was my thing. An orgy and a sex party are two different things.
That is true. Sex parties, all kinds of different
You
stuff
get to go in
going on.
different rooms and fuck.
I never been to one, so I don't.
So this guy was just bitching about how he wanted to do the uplifting stuff on YouTube. He wanted to make positive content. He wanted to put out highly marketable, highly positive content. Now he's talking about those eyes wide shut parties they have down there in Hollywood, where they're going in rooms and they're masked up and they're fucking each other. I mean, he knows about everything like that. He knows way too much about porn, way too much about the underworld of sex. That's disgusting. Especially because, I mean, look at him. Imagine this guy coming up to you and going, so do you want to swap wives? And he thinks that's acceptable. He thinks that that's a normal thing. And he's trying to get the 16 to be like, oh, this guy's cool. I like he understands and he wants the 16 to like him so that he can get a permanent spot on No Jumper, and he'll just continue to appease the cuck and talk sex and maybe even do some porn. Maybe he'll even do porno for the 16. I think that at this point, I'm willing to think that he would do anything for a spot on No Jumper, which is fucking crazy. And I want to show you this next part. He's beefing with Almighty Dodson. Almighty Dodson is he's a rapper. I don't know anything really else about him. He's a homosexual, but he's on No Jumper and they're beefing. And I just want to play you just a small little snippet of this.
Listen,
you want to do.
he's not
right
trying
now.
to fight.
Right now. Where would you like to go?
Where are you trying to
Where
do?
would you like to go?
I'm about to turn off this whole.
Okay, don't turn off the line. Don't turn.
Suspect.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Come on.
Sit down.
Follow me.
Sit down, bro. Sit down. Sit down, man. Sit
So
down.
he did actually just get marked out there, didn't he? He just got turned into a little ass bitch by one of the zestiest, softest podcasters since Tony Willridge.
What?
Almighty Dodson. Antoine Dodson, to be exact. This guy is a huge lol cow. He's been complaining about his baldness on Reddit, disguising himself, saying, please help me with my baldness. He is a huge clown. And I want people to understand this. So Dodson is, and I don't really cover Dodson very much because he's so low tier. He's got like such little motion. I'll cover Lush before I cover Dodson. Dodson is literally a nobody at this point. And the thing that I don't think that he understands is that he is fucked. It's a dead end for him. The moment he gets cut loose from No Jumper, he's fucked. He's got to go back to McDonald's where he used to work.
What?
He is a complete, failure of he lives with his daddy and he's got all these kids. I mean, he's just such a fucking loser. So that's why I don't really talk about him that much. But again, this all goes back to the state of No Jumper. No Jumper is in a terrible position. I mean, Dodson is leading the cast. This is not good. And speaking of the cast, I want to show you this clip of Jala.
Frederick Jala is my real name.
He has been observed with a baby cockroach crawling all over his body, and this is absolutely disgusting. I have to show you this. Look at this.
Stephen A. Smith talk like this, the first thing they said was, oh, Shannon Sharp don't got the support of ESPN. Shannon Sharp got to be doing something wrong, bro, because if your own coworkers coming out speaking like this against you. So Stephen A. Smith was the first one to go at Shannon Sharp.
Okay, so that was viciously disgusting. I mean, this little baby cockroach nymph, it looks like a cockroach, right? That looks to me exactly like a German cockroach nymph. And I think it's very possible that that's exactly what it is because they like dark, moist areas. And this is underneath Jala's armpits, his butt crack. His butt crack goes halfway up his back. What? There's so much real estate on Jala's body to house insects. And so what I think is going on here is I think that this food that's stuck in Jala's beard is sending off a signal, and the cockroach's antennae are picking up that signal, and they know that there's food present, but they just can't find it. So they're crawling all around his body looking for this food, and it's stuck in his beard. So it's kind of hard to find, but they can smell it. And I'm not a scientist. This is what is going on in my imagination. This is what I think could be going on. And Jala does have a history of being physically gross. Like, he smells terrible, apparently, what people say. He is just really, really funky.
Last week was really bad.
I wonder if he smells like the liver.
But that was the only time I ever smelled him.
That fool is funkarunkus in your stereo.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
We want the funk.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta have that funk.
Exactly, bro.
No, last week on the news, me and Gina was like,
really?
So that's why I'm smiling. Not because of the actual death. You feel me? But let's get into it, though.
all right, Flaco, speak on it first. Speak on it first.
I want you to switch.
Into it, though.
All right, Flaco, speak on it first.
I want you to switch to being sensitive.
I disavow.
Right.
I disavow.
Okay,
you feel me?
So what do you think about the situation now?
Yo,
what do you think about the situation now?
Yo, if you
what do you think about the situation now?
Yo, if you fat and sloppy, bruh.
Really? Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Skeezes.
Yeah.
Skeezes.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord.
And so this is all just sort of it's adding up, it's panning out. So I just wanted to include that in this situation. And speaking of Jala, he is really out of control lately. I mean, you should see, I want to play you this clip where he is actually, it looks like he's trying to sabotage No Jumper. What? And really, like, because of the evidence that I'm about to show you. So let me just play the clip.
Yeah. Bro, he's for sure faggot. So I'm not even kidding. Yeah. I just see the face.
You saw him on Grindr?
Yeah.
Like when you were
Yeah. For sure, homo.
All right, so
Suck mad dick. I don't fuck with him on Neighborhood Crib.
So as you just heard in this clip, in this show, this Jala, what he's doing is he's fully enunciating the F slur, and he's trying to spew hate speech on No Jumper to either get it demonetized or get it in trouble or get it reported because he wants to be the bigger platform. He's actually trying to kill No Jumper now. And so he's done this multiple times. This is only the first. I'm not going to go back and find all the other instances where he's done this blatantly, but on his own, on Poetic Jala's own channel, he doesn't even say the word fart. What? He doesn't say any profanity at all, and he's hyper aware of the fact that hate speech is against community guidelines and everything. So on his own channel, he's extremely careful not to violate these. Look at this.
the advocate
Lush.
makes me want to unalive myself.
Lush. Okay, so Lush, listen. So first off, I watched the live stream. Please don't say the F word and on this channel, okay? I had to turn off the live stream to not get banned, okay? So don't say the F word, okay? So look. Yeah. So Lush, first off, man.
I'm a fan of the F slur.
Yeah, so Lush, first off, bro, like, faggot. Yeah. I'm so hungry, man.
Highly upset.
To be fair,
So Jala says, Lush, don't say the F slur on my channel. I don't want to get banned. But then he goes on the Cucks channel and starts, firing it off left and right. I think it's very clear what's going on. He's trying to very subtly and very secretly try to get No Jumper to go down so that Jala can be the number one. I'm not joking about that. Jala thinks that he is like the future. And so I'm just concerned. I'm worried about the 16 getting double crossed by Jala and getting his, really, that it just doesn't that look like sabotage to you guys? Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be reading every comment, by the way. So that's Jala. He also said that he was going to start streaming every day or whatever now. And he's made this announcement. He made this big announcement on his community posts on YouTube a month ago. He said, I'm going to come back on May 10th and stream every day. I'm the new academics. Well, he came back and streamed. He quit after 2 streams because he sucked too much. And everyone in the comments were telling him that he sucks and that he shouldn't do this. And so I'm just wondering what's going on with that. But again, he thinks that he is like the next big thing. And this is really dangerous because his ego is inflated to the point where I think he's trying to attack No Jumper. I think he's trying to get No Jumper flagged and stuff like that. And so that's my little take on Jala and the state of No Jumper. It's really, really not looking good. And so that's going to be my little update on Jala and his little schemes that he's probably doing. And so I want to move on to Sassy Josh. So Sassy Josh has been, he's been losing a lot of weight, and it's in a very short amount of time. And people are saying, Ozempic, Ozempic, Ozempic. They're going crazy Ozempic in the Reddit and everything. Like, this guy's on Ozempic. And I don't know if he's on Ozempic or not, but I will say this. I believe that there is something going on. What? There's something going on. And there's evidence of that here in this next clip that I'm going to show you. This is alarming. And what you're going to see is Sassy Josh is going to be dozing off in the middle of saying some zesty shit. But that's not the point. The point is that his eyes are closing and he's dozing off mid-sentence. Look at this.
Tripping.
Did he not? Josh.
It didn't feel exactly like he was tripping on you.
Josh.
But there clearly has been like some animosity between the two of you.
I don't even know him.
I
don't know him.
That's where
what
I don't
animosity?
know where this is coming
I've never
from.
ever heard it. It
But
can't be
again,
animosity because I don't know he exists.
But you guys have
until
threatened-
right now.
You guys are trying
It's
to
one-sided.
not fight.
Nigga.
Like, none of this matters. Like literally, we're just trying to sit in.
Whoa, so something's up here. Did you see? So he was having a completely coherent, alert conversation. His eyes are open. Then his eyes close, and then he looks like he's fighting something off. He's wiping his face. He's going, you guys are trying to fight. And I mean, this is really alarming, right? And this is going to get 1,000 times worse in this next clip. You haven't even seen anything. Wait till you see this. This is very, very bad. Look at this shit.
As long as we're pressing people about their drug abuse, let's have a conversation with the man behind the boards, Josh. We walk out there. Josh is snoring, like breathing out of his mouth, like just absolutely dunzo.
Yo, shout out to everybody who tunes in on the stream. We love you all. Shout out to Donnie on the boards.
And then partially out of concern for his health, but partially out of concern for content, I took a box of Fruit Loops and began to sprinkle them on his head. That didn't do it. So then we did a couple of other things. We took Popeye's biscuits and snuck them into his hood, forming like little, what's her name, Princess Leia type buns on the side of his head. Some were calling it biscuits by Dre.
Not funny.
And then we ended up putting the smelling salts to his nose. That didn't do it. We covered his mouth and put the smelling salts to his nose.
We're really just getting started. I mean, when you look at what industry insiders are imagining for the future, it starts to get a little Brave New Worldy. For example, the consultant Deloitte's Global Lottery and Gambling. How's he?
Dude, he's like inhaling it hard. Huh?
Wow, so imagine how embarrassing that must have been for Sassy Josh, for the 16 to embarrass him like that, to humiliate him like that. For the sake of laughter and comments and attention, he humiliated him and made him look like the biggest J-Cat junkie that I've ever fucking seen. He's more of a J-Cat than Lush. What? He's the biggest knock at No Jumper as of now. So, and that's my opinion. I'm allowed to say that. And at this point, yeah, Sassy Josh is a knock. So I wanted to just share that with you guys, and I thought that was very funny that the 16 did that to him. Now, all jokes aside, this is incredibly dangerous, and someone should probably, if this is what Josh is doing, I think someone needs to reach out to him and intervene and get him the help that he might need, because that was insane. What I saw, if I would have walked in as a paramedic and I would have seen him present the way that he was, snoring respirations on the couch, I would have immediately started panicking. I would have started, okay, so give me the BVM. We need BVM, Narcan. Do we have Narcan? Okay, let's get an adjunct in here. Let's prepare to intubate. We got to intubate this asshole now. Okay, hold on. So is air available? Do we need a helicopter? I would have been ordering a fucking helicopter. What? So, yeah, I'd have been freaking out on this if I would have gone to this. So just letting you guys know how serious. And to get me rattled on a call, never get rattled. But if I would have saw this would have really stifled me, I think. So. So that's Josh. Please get help, and let's move on to this next little piece that I've got. This This business that Lush has been getting into is pretty serious. And so I want to explain this. So Lush, one, got recently suspended from his job at No Jumper for inviting a bunch of Crips. Well, actually, he only invited a couple of Crips, but they invited a couple Crips, and they invited, and then all of a sudden it snowballed into this giant 35-man pack of Crips that all showed up to No Jumper. And it turns out Lush didn't have the authority to invite them. And so they got rejected at the door of No Jumper, and they were not permitted to enter, and they got really mad at Lush. They made him cry. What? He was crying real tears. He was saying, look, fool, like, I didn't even know that this wasn't, like, fool, I'm just trying to put on for my set. You feel me? And he was crying. And you know what I mean? So, and I think that he just felt real bad that he was about to get beat up for trying to do something nice. That's why he was crying. So, and then what happened was after they were, all these Crips got rejected from entry, Travis Ford banned No Jumper from the city of Los Angeles, which I don't really know the ins and outs of that type of extortion, but he did, in fact, say that. So he banned No Jumper from, I mean, imagine being mad that you can't go on No Jumper. That's insane. And so for this next clip, we're going to see Lush, one, coming outside. The cops have been called. I believe Sassy Josh called the cops on these Crips, which is fucked up, by the way. They were invited there. You're going to call the cops on them? That's so messed up. No Jumper's a cop calling organization, I think. So this footage is Lush coming outside. He's walking funny as fuck too. He's got some sciatica problems, back problem. You know, when people smoke crank and they stay up for like 7 days and they're sitting in a chair for 7 days, your spine requires sleep to regenerate and to heal, you know, the wear and tear. So these people that stay up for 7 days, they get back problems, muscular back problems, because their back muscles never get any rest. People are actually, believe it or not, required to lay down and go to sleep, which is what... So Lush suffers from back problems and sciatica problems, which cause him to move around with a very unusual gait, with a very funny walk, as they say. So, yeah, and he's walking around like he's Kaiser Soze out there. What? And people are commenting on how he's walking. More than anything else in this clip was Lush's walk. He looks like he almost has like foot drop. Like he doesn't have any dorsal flexion in his feet. So, yeah, I want to play you this first clip. This is Lush walking around.
See the white boy right here? He's one of the...
Right, so as you just witnessed, Lush comes out of the building and has a little conversation with Travis Ford out in the middle of the street. The cops are on scene, and Lush again is walking like a straight gimp. He's got he's walking like a gangsta. What? He's walking like a straight up G. He's walking with the gangster lean, as they used to call it. And this was the biggest story. Lush's walk was the biggest story out of this. And so, and people like Whack Three Fingers agree that Lush moves around like a gimp.
I detected he had a handicap.
Not an actual handicap.
Hilarious.
Right?
No.
He's very smart.
No. The way he walked, it looked like something was wrong with his leg.
That's probably kind of out of shape.
So disrespectful. Good morning, man, to everybody that pulled up on the live, man. I'm just trying to let the content rock, man. Salute to Selena. I appreciate you pulling up. Steffi Weffy, I appreciate you too. Kid the Barber, my God, what it is, what it ain't, what it might be, Sherm. What it is, what it ain't, what it might be, what it do, pimp soup in a cup. You know how it go. Doggy from the hood, what it is, my guy. Man, the team always pulls up, and shows out. Walter Parsons, my guy. Salute. Salute to you. I got that wrench to you, that's right. Super Dub Nation, of course. Okay. Just checking out who all just pulled up to the live. After this, I'm going to run this Tasha K content. I don't know if y'all heard it. Muddy, what up? What up, my guy? Tasha K goes in on academics. Nasty. Hey, look, when I say this shit is nasty work, it's nasty. Cornelius Martin, yep, what it do? New Jersey in the building. Hey, I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and they live in New Jersey. Yeah, man. Interesting. But I always wanted to go to the Jersey Shore, you know what I'm saying? But what they were saying was something different. I wasn't feeling it. But much love to New Jersey. You know? Let's get back to the content.
You understand what I'm saying? Something was going on.
Your sciatica.
Yeah, it
That nigga say that nigga sciatica's fucking up.
Unsteady walk is
It's
what
fucking
everyone's clamoring about in the internet space. And
Look
so
at these
this is what
thugs.
happened. And they Lush and Travis Ford sort of
thug
meet in the
is
middle of the
ragged, bro.
street and have like this little powwow. And Lush, you could tell he's saying things like, "Nah, fool, I got you, fool. Like you're my dog, fool on Crip. I just gotta patch some things up around here. Just go down the street, and just go hit up a dice game or something, fool, because it's hot around here, fool. And he's like, he's trying to keep
Boy,
it
and
G,
shoot me on
but
this
also
shit.
saying,
That's my
"You guys
nigga."
gotta get the fuck out." And they didn't want to because they all
Ain't that
have
a
on their
police
Sunday
car
best,
right there?
their best clothes. They all got
Police
nice
just
lineups. Everything. They've been preparing all week to show up and look fly on No Jumper.
Straight up, any so-called street nigga who is fighting to go be on No Jumper, I'm questioning them right off the bat. Salute to my guy Munchie B, the mayor. The mayor. I need you to get up out of there. I need you to abort that mission. You don't need that, Munchie B. That guy is a petty. I don't want to get struck or whatever. I like to say how I feel how I say, and say it the way I want to say it. But you got to dance around these words on YouTube. So petty is what we'll leave it there. He's that 100%. Salute the point and shoot for the video for breaking it down, because a lot of that I didn't know. I know I've heard the rumors and all that, but a lot of that shit I didn't hear. And then to hear Lil Pump say what he said and what he says he has in his phone, and then it made me question, like, what? I wonder what the feds really wanted with Adam. Did the feds put whack on Adam? Does Adam have some real strong accusations out there, and that's why he's so cooperative with the feds? And is those accusations, do they have anything to do with kids? What are those accusations? What's going on with Adam? But I'm gonna keep it real, like I said in the beginning. If you are a person that thinks that is wrong, it's unethical, it's disgusting, that is sick ass behavior. Under no circumstances should you be supporting No Jumper moving forward. No Jumper needs to lose our support. Period. You can't say that you stand against pedophilia and shit like that, but you support that channel. I don't care if it's a 2-minute, 5-minute clip, 20-minute clip. Any support to that channel directly, you might as well say you align right there with him, because he's telling you, it's all in your face. And like I said earlier to the ones who wasn't here, think about it. If I was able to change places with him, and I was in his situation, far as people know who I am, fame, I do interviews, a bunch of people come on the platform and do all that, blah 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 blah. I'll even take the porn, right? I'm in the porn industry, just like him. We just changing places. But I'm not into any of that underage shit. I think that shit is disgusting. It's vile. I got daughters, nieces. I care about your kids, your daughters, your underage babies. Hey, there's no way on God's green earth I'm going to be in those positions, in those situations. And when it's out of my control, what's in my control It's taking myself out of those situations. Not sitting on the couch laughing and joking and making references to a young lady's body. Anybody that is comfortable in that setting should tell you everything you need to know. It should tell you everything you need to know. Anyone comfortable in those type of settings should tell you what that is. Should tell you what they are. We need to pull our support from No Jumper, period. Get the message out there, message your people, anybody that you know that support that platform. Play this video, watch the beginning of this video, and then tell them they need to pull their support from No Jumper, period. This is what your kids are seeing when they go on YouTube. This is what they're seeing. This is the message that they're getting. And the only reason that they're able to do this is because we support it. Stop the support. Period.
They brought a fucking cake and everything else. So they're upset.
Funk face, what it do, my guy?
Awful. It's bad.
Respect to you too, black man. Respect to you too, brother.
Yep, I'm about to lose.
Hey, it's time to stop sugarcoating shit. You know I don't do this for no clout. This ain't about clout for me. This ain't about the money either. It's deeper than that, bigger than that. If you do it right, if you do it from the right place, you do it from the heart, you do it with the right people, the money and all that'll come. The fame is not necessary. It's unnecessary for me. I'd rather pass that to someone who wants that or is more suitable to fit that. It's about getting that message out there, right? That's what it's about for me. Straight up. I've been consistent. You know? Straight up. If I wanted the fame, my channel would have blew a long time ago. Y'all really don't think I know how to rock it? You know what's easy? What's easy is rocking it the way a lot of these dudes rock it and get to where they get to. You know what's not easy? Knowing that you have the ability to do it and choose not to. To do it the way I'm doing it, the long and steady. That this may not be politically correct for those that are already politically incorrect. To go along, to get along. See, that's not easy. But I'm going to make it look easy. And I do peep, though. We have some YouTubers, right? And I'm not one of those type of people that like to speak on this because I look at it as flattering. But I have some of these, my fellow YouTuber brothers and sisters in this space that, you know I see them in my chat sometime. I see them, they support, and I appreciate it. And then I'll listen to them. And then I'll hear a narrative that be so close to what I was saying that it's insane. But I'll be like, we all think alike. I understand it. Then it happens over and over and over again. And I just sit back and I say, damn. That ain't no coincidence. But they don't give you no shout out. They don't show you no love. Nothing. Or you have the ones that use your content. Right? Or the content on your channel. And they shout everybody else out. But when it comes to you, they don't shout you out. But they use the content off your channel. And then you'll hear them have this, they got the nerve, the gall, the mitigated gall, the audacity to sit there and complain about the same thing. You can't make this shit up. It's insane. But I don't want nobody to give me no love and no shout out unless they mean it anyway. But I see it all. I pay attention to it all. I just don't say nothing. I just sit back and observe. Because the person, if you pay attention long enough, you'll see their true character. If you invested enough, you'll see a person's true character without even having a conversation with them. You just gotta sit back and listen, pay attention, observe. You'll figure it out. Anyway, we're gonna finish this, and I want to get to this Tasha K content. You know what I'm saying? Because Tasha K, was cooking at. And academics is another one we need to pull our support for. He is not for our he is not for our culture, by our culture, about our culture. These are scavengers who are using our culture, who are milking our culture, and don't give a shit about our culture. Ain't thinking about giving back to our culture a lick. They don't even like our culture. They despise our culture. They just know it's a culture that is so open arms. Because we're so open arms with it. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you from, who you are. Come in, come all enjoy. Yes, because we're not evil by nature. The shit that our ancestors and what we have been inflicted through and by would turn your heart cold, but some of us know how to juggle that or balance that. Others may not, but by nature we're not evil people, so we embrace those with open arms and let them in. And then when they get here, we feel like we let the words, "Oh, you a hater," or "You hating on them," or we let that get to us and discourage us from holding their asses accountable. And then we let them get in position where now it's too late. It's never too late, but you get what I'm saying. They're in their position. Now they have their audience, and now we have to combat that when we should have been checking it from the gate. I remember when he first burst on the scene, I didn't like him. There's a lot of people questioning him then. But they fell back because we so open-armed and nice. Open door policy. I've never said this in all my days of living, but I think we need to revisit that. Let's go.
I've been up for 3 days. And so, so Lush really
Straight
screwed this
up.
one up. And so I want to play you a clip of everyone getting mad at Lush that they can't come in, and then he's crying because he thinks he's about to get jumped. And so let's play this real quick.
Oh, front face. I believe it 100%, sir. All mutual love, bro. Real shit. I appreciate you. And that's all I'm trying to give, man. For those, that feel the same way like I do, man, I embrace it. I understand it. It ain't about kissing ass. And I look, man, I know I do my thing. But when I'm watching somebody or I'm enjoying their content, I don't have no issue with showing them love and giving them praise, man. It's not. I don't have no ego, man. When it come to this, I'm not saying that I don't have an ego. I'm saying I know how to check it. And when it come to this, I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate those who do what we do in this space and they rocking it. I appreciate it. I like it. I love it. I show my love. I support it. I don't have to brag about supporting. You see the support. You don't always gotta hear me support it. You see me support it. You know what I'm saying? Because I really fuck with it. It's simple for me. It's not. People make this shit more complicated than what the fuck it is, and it drives me crazy. But I understand. We all different walks of life, different ages. We look at things different. So I reserve judgment. I keep it close to the vest and just focus on me,
We gotta do. Yeah, because I told the homies what would have been best.
Look at Lush.
We can make our own cake.
These niggas brought a cake to No Jumper. Nigga, is it their birthday? What the fuck? Did they get that from Safeway, Walmart?
Sweet nigga. Don't do that, bro. Right now. Don't do it.
Nigga would have touched me on my chest like that, nigga. I would have knees knotted his nose right off his face. Sock the second dude to the right, and the left one, he would have been hesitant, and I'd have kicked him right in his chest. I hit him with the knee right in the liver, shut his whole body down. Hey, I encourage, let me say this. If y'all got kids out there, listen, if you got kids, I encourage you to put your kids in mixed martial arts. Jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, any of that stuff. Just regular karate, boxing, do a little bit of both. Training, fitness, stuff like that. I encourage you to to put your kids in stuff like that so they are prepared. It's a lot going on out here, people. Get your kids prepared. Nigga touched my chest like that. Oh my God.
And I'm surprised. So Lush is being really
Oh,
nice.
Lenny in the building. What up, Lenny?
He's sorry. He's saying thank you. Yes, sir. No, sir. You know, if Jala was outside, Jala would have told them all to get the fuck out of there and get their crip asses the fuck out of there. Or he would start, yanking. Jala's got a license to carry. He wants all the gangsters to know that.
I have a license to carry. These big bad gangbangers who again.
So here's a clip of Travis Ford banning No Jumper from Los Angeles.
Thanks out the whack, cuz. Nigga, fuck No Jumper, nigga. Fuck Adam, nigga. Fuck Lush, cuz. Nigga, y'all invited us here, bro. Nigga spent a lot of money to be here and bring gifts and drop the mics and video man, cuz. So y'all want to play with us, cuz? Y'all got to get the fuck out of LA, nigga.
First of all, who is he to tell anybody to do anything dressed the way he dressed? No shade, Travis Ford, but really it is, bro. Why do you look damn near my age, my nigga. You look damn near my age, my guy. I'm 43. When we gonna change? When do we grow? When the fuck do we grow? How we 43 dressed like we 14, 15, 16? Going to something that's so-called a business meeting to do business. When the fuck do we grow? With a bottle of Henny in your hand. Talking about you banning somebody from LA. Nigga, please.
So after this happened,
Yo, this
the 16
internet
released
shit
a
crazy.
statement because he was very scared because he was like, "Oh shit, I'm getting kicked out of fucking LA, fucking Lush." So the 16 did not look happy, and he suspended Lush. Look at this.
Okay,
clip.
so I'm going to speak on the situation that happened today. I don't know, 40 dudes
Look at
showed
this
up at the
predator.
office, and they had cakes and all kinds of crazy shit, like a big truck.
Look at
No
this
Jumper
predator.
graphics on the side, whatever. I was really confused. It turns out that Lush, in the middle of whatever kind of binge, whatever you want to call this that he's on, I blame Lush. So Lush is now on a 1-week suspension.
You guys want to know something that really just gets my blood boiling? Something that just infuriates me beyond anything is this fucking beard. This dye job that he does. I mean, there's no touch of gray or anything. He dyes it completely solid one color as a 47-year-old man, and he just looks terrible. I mean, his hair, eyebrows, and beard are just dyed, and it's so obvious. This is a Wayne Newton level, trying to be.
I want to point this out because, Point Shoot Clowner right now. Salute to Point Shoot for the content, man. That's my guy. Real talk. But I peeped, though. I peeped when, right after they raided Big U, and then they had all the federal agents on No Jumper together, like Adam, Vlad, Wack, etc. And they all was sitting there together and all that. Adam's energy, as far as talking about Big U, corroborating stories of Whack 100s, right? What was one of the ones where he sat there? He said, "Oh no, but you didn't meet Loose Cannon until 2000, blah blah, 2000." And when Trap LaRosse was saying, I was just wondering how from what I've learned now in the history of Loose Cannon and Big U, I was just wondering when did you and Loose Cannon talking to Whack? I was wondering, when did you guys get so close? And then Adam butts in. Oh, well, he didn't meet him until, anyway. All those examples. It's like his energy shifted to really corroborating stories that have already been out there being corroborated by these informants. And they were more like tailored and laser focused on those accusations, the shit that's in the indictment. That's why I think the feds have dirt on him. And it has to have something to do with this underage thing. And I remember what Big Homie CC said. Big Homie CC said that they have some type of undercover, I don't know what type of underage ring type of thing. I don't remember his exact words, but it had something to do with underage and women and human trafficking and all that good stuff. And I remember when Big Homie CC pointed that out, and I'm saying, yeah, no, he didn't. I don't think he just is voluntarily helping, right? Doing the feds bidding. I don't think this is help. I think this is, I don't have a choice. It's either do that or we take you down for all these charges that we have on you. And this is why they wanted to talk to Adam. It wasn't about the the cease and desist. It wasn't about the no jumper incident. Well, maybe they talked to him a little bit about that too. But I also think they talked to him about what they have on him. The mountain of evidence that they have on him. And I do believe that whack was put on him. I'm really believing this. And I think within that, whack tried to run a play of extortion on him. Because the ultimately it was to take him down anyway. Right? So whack didn't give a shit about extorting him and then him going to jail or getting locked up for whatever they got on him. Whack don't give a damn about anybody. I'm really starting to believe that. The feds have some real damning information on him. That's one of my theories. After watching this and Point Shoe breaking it down like he did in the beginning, I was already thinking that. But you got a little pump saying shit like that and been saying it. You don't think them feds have talked to them girls or any girl that was around?
Snitching.
In the vicinity, anybody that was remotely involved with any of that? You don't think them feds ain't had a conversation with them young ladies? They ain't looked at them videos that young pump say he may have? And anybody else that may have by now? And Wag just happens to be on No Jumper or go to No Jumper, and we know what he is. We know what he's all about. That was a big gumbo pot. Like, man, you got Brick Baby up there, you got Loose Cannon on your hip, and you need him to go out here and put dirt on Big U so we can get that out there and confirmed and corroborated to take him down. We already eyeing Adam 22. My extortion game, it ain't airtight, but you've been able to get away with it this long, so why not take another shot at it? It was a big mess up there. You know what I mean? I used to cut hair in Long Beach. I never seen that guy before. Oh, Yeah, man, I'm reading the chat. This far fuck from Long Beach. Yeah, man, that dude there, man, that Long Beach dude, man, he's a weirdo. I don't care. These dudes are weirdos. Protect these babies, man. Protect these babies. That's why I say we cannot support No Jumper, Academics, any of these channels no more. We got to protect our babies. Because this is what our babies are seeing. There is many different types of entertainment. This ain't the type of entertainment I want my kids to be looking at, involved with, forced to see. Any of that. There's many different ways to slice this apple. This ain't it for me. So we need to stand together and get the message out there to as many people as humanly possible. Tell them as a unit, we have to turn the lights out on these channels. They gatekeeping and they doing a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't have no clue about. But anyway, let's get to the content. Y'all didn't hear from me. DJ Academics exposes himself and his mother. Now, I did hear this already, and Tasha K was cooking on this. Let me subscribe. Oh my God, I wouldn't even subscribe. Anyway, so we're gonna get to the content. Sit back, let's go.
On themselves.
in their lyrics and their music videos and podcasts and interviews that you would think that he would never do anything like that. He would at least learn from the very people that he's seen get indicted, damn near get deported like 21 Savage. I mean, you would think that he would just exercise just a little bit of just intelligence to know when to hold your tongue. But when you're on live, because DJ Academic streams live like he's broke for real. I'm not even finna lie. 5, 6, 7 hours through the night just streaming. You ain't got no other life outside of this. You ain't got no personal products of your own. Like, I'm just watching it. You're signing to white boys to syndicate you. You in the same funky ass sweatpants you done had on for 2 days, and you know when you thick and round like that. Bruh. You know what I'm saying? He eating too much estrogen, too much chicken. Titties is growing, cheeks is growing. Voice won't get deep. He gotta really make his voice deep. He's sitting up there for hours and hours and hours. I woke up one night, his live stream was the first one that came up on YouTube. He had been streaming for 7 hours. I was like, man, this is giving broke. He had all the 3,000 people on there. He just talking. And so when you talking and you running on liquor, weed, insomnia, games, all types of shit, anxiety, you end up telling on yourself like this. Go ahead, Academic. Run your fucking mouth like you always do.
Wait, no. Oh.
Pause. Listen closely. Please listen closely. Go ahead. Jasmine, make sure you turn it up too so they can hear you. Go ahead.
Chat, it marks the 20th anniversary of me being in the United States. So if you don't know, usually a passport lasts for 10 years, I think. When I just came in the United States, it was around 2001. I always tell the story. That's when I heard about the World Trade Center falling, right? And
please hit that like button, please. If you have not hit that like button, can you please hit it? Subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. And share this video. Thank you.
I didn't know where it was at. And I was in New Jersey, and I walked outside after I got out of school, and I saw smoke, and I was like, oh, shit. I thought the World Trade Center was in, like, the middle of the ocean. I was very...
Groovy, what up, Groovy?
Don't disrespect anybody whose family was lost. And I was like, oh, my God, okay. And, yeah, so I got my citizenship. I was going to school without a passport, American passport. And it lasted 10 years. So from 2001 to 2011, that was one passport. Then I got another passport from 2011 to 2021. And this year, my passport expired. So I got to get another passport. But I haven't got a passport in so long. So, and it's COVID. So it's like, they have some weird new process. So I don't know. Anyway, I got to get a passport before I can go back to my home country of Jamaica. And yeah. So anyway, whatever your name is, what's her name? Selena, bro. Please stop calling me. I don't have nothing against y'all. I just want everybody to live their life. I'm living a great life over here. I got no beef with y'all. So I'm not an international boy no more. Yeah, I gotta get my passport, man. I feel fucked up. Call her back on stream. I'm not an illegal immigrant. I've been a United States citizen since for I ain't gonna lie, for like 20 years. I think when we got over here, we basically became citizens. Like when we first got over here, 2001, we became citizens because my mom married some bum ass. I ain't gonna lie, the jig is up, so we can say it. My mom paid that mad money. He scammed her too. That's when illegal aliens had to pay U.S. citizens to marry them. That nigga married my mom. That nigga mad that my mom ain't know nothing about that. She paid that nigga probably 10 grand.
It's Mother's Day. And this is what's trending on live. This is what's trending. This is what you pay your mother back for. Tell me I ain't gonna lie, the jig is up. what your mother birthed? Is this what your mother went through and paid all this money for you to get her citizenship revoked? Just because you a citizen, it don't make you safe. I'm saying this is what happens when you don't go to sleep at night. You streaming all types of hours, looking at video games and everybody else's life, and then you just go to talking because you ain't thinking, and then you go and tell your business like that as if this is not going to come up. And then your ass in court fighting for taking vagina allegations and stuff like that. The police coming to your house. They already using the clip to call ICE on you and your mama, and you know you're not a liked citizen. This is how you repay your mother on Mother's Day, academics. This is what she gotta go through. This a shame of the crowd. That's why I said on Mother's Day, I'm not entertaining no more kids because it would be your own kid that sell you out like that. It'd be your own child. Damn, 10 grand from Jamaica 20 years ago to make your little thick-thighed, fat ass a citizen, for you to get over here and torture citizens and provoke wars amongst black men. Trump ain't gonna save you. I just can't believe it. The audacity. Everything that your mother done did, and yes, this country was built on immigrants, but like I said, just like 21 Savage, mama them got in, and he's still now having to fake marry with a wife.
Wake it up.
And sleep with Lotto on the side until Lotto decided to trade him in without telling him for Stephon Diggs.
Wake it up.
Damn. But she got tired of saying my man, but there was never a man anywhere to be found because his citizenship
Savage
was more
Astro,
important
salute.
than life. On stage, my man, and we like, where, girl, where? Remind me of that artist that just came across my social media feed saying that he sold an invisible sculpture to a bidder for $18,000. And he had it was a white marble platform. And then he presented the sculpture and they said, where's the sculpture? They said, it's anything that you envision right here. And they paid that man $18,000 for an invisible sculpture. Whatever it is that they envisioned, that's the sculpture. That was Lotto's man. That was 21 Savage. He was invisible. They said that 21 tried to repo that car that he had gave her, that Lambo. That's what they saying. But back to him. I know I just be spilling everything. To his mother, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope they let you stay, but deport him. I really do. Because he just talks too much. He talks too much. He's not a good person. He's not a good person to women. He done been accused of putting his hands on women, taking women's vaginas, not caring, just doing all sorts of things. And he should deserve. These are the people that he needed. This is who we need to see screaming on the news. I got right. This is who we need to see. Him. You can say. Moving on.
Salute to Tasha K. God damn. I loved it. She not lying though. You can't tell her she lying. That's what you can't do. So I'm gonna play one more and I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I wasn't in the mood, right? To even go live today, to be honest with you. Dealing with a lot of personal shit on the back end, man. But
rapper Tory Lanez.
It's important though, no matter what you're going through, what it is, to keep pushing, not to give up, not to stop. You may slow down, to reevaluate, look at things different, put things in the right perspective, but never stop. You got to keep pushing no matter what it is. So I said, F it, I'm going to go live. I'm going to do it anyway. Because I miss talking to the people. I miss rocking with y'all and doing the content. But, the show must go on. So we here. And I just want to say thank you To everybody that pulled up, I appreciate you all. I really do. Everybody that is in the chats, if you know, thank you for giving us a shot, giving us a chance at, giving you the content. I appreciate that. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If not, keep coming back. I think I'll win you over. So, the last video I'm going to get to is from 504 Street Stories and Gangster. What is this shit called? Gangster News. I think it's Gangster News. Let me see. Network. Gangster News Network. Yeah, my guy be cooking. He put out a video yesterday. It says, Tory Lanez wrongfully convicted. Rapper stabbed 14 times by convicted murderer. That was crazy, and I agree with him on this video. I did hear it yesterday. It was definitely not something that just happened. It was a hit. Who put the hit? Who called that dog? I don't know. Bruh. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really tapped in with the Tory Lanez saga, but prayers to that brother. It's really gonna cause some politics though. Yeah. That right there is gonna cause a ripple in the politics for sure. If shit ain't already kicked off. So expect to hear shit real real soon. Probably today. Maybe already. Who knows? But that's going to cause friction amongst the races. So that was very unfortunate that happened, man. I'm glad to hear he's okay. He's in good spirits. Prayers to him and his family. If he has kids, to his kids, mother, father, all that good stuff. All right. We're going to get to the content, man. Let's see. Anything in the chat, and she's drinking on that tear. Get blood in here. Drinking on that tear. Get blood in here. Niggas is clowning. Yeah, I would clown too, but I ain't really in the spirits. But please keep it going. She can the beast. That's funny though. The Glizzy Glazer. That's hilarious, yo. The Glizzy Glazer. Yo. Beast the Yeast Teeth. Man, he's been like MIA moving around the app. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I did see him pop in a few rooms because I've been on Clubhouse heavy these past few days. Salute to the team, District 13. Yep. Phoenix J, what it is. That's my girl, my guy. Florida boy, what it is, my guy. Rock, steady. The beautiful SS, even though she don't speak to me. She did yesterday, though. When I came in the room, she did show me some love. Finally, she usually doesn't, though, but she did show me some love yesterday. So, salute to the beautiful SS in the building. Rock steady, I did say Crazy Ed, my guy. On point, always on point. Geekio, salute, my guy. Tiff, what up, Tiff? Another one that don't speak to me, but it's all good. Let's love the Tiff. Daredevil, my guy. They was on my man a little tough today, man. That's my guy. Salute to him, man. Did Tood flip? Yeah, he flipped. Ben flipped. He flipped like the third. I ain't gonna say the third. Well, the third live I did. Maybe in a week that nigga flipped. Yeah, he was asking Wack to pay him to run any narrative that Wack needed him to run. Yeah, Todd is a fraud. 1,000% fraud. He is immersed in his character on this app. Who the real Todd is, no one knows. You know? I didn't never like him, never really had a relationship with dude like that, because I smelt the fraud on him. And I was right. And a lot of people that give me that energy, I don't even entertain it. And but you know, it's like, do you, but don't involve me and you doing you, because I ain't into that fuck shit. Like yeah, it's cool to like perform, ain't nothing wrong with that. But Todd was on some fuck shit. He was really out here doing fuck shit. He was all up in Whack 100's back pocket, communicating with him on the back end. He would have tried to snake Danny if he had the opportunity, but Danny was about 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of him. She seen it coming, but she did give everybody the opportunity to show who they really are, which I definitely respect that, and that I will adopt that in my moving forward, because naturally I'm a person that's gonna be like, man, let's rock together. I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to come in extra judgy right off the bat. You know what I mean? Because we all got our quirks about ourselves that can rub somebody the wrong way. So I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I think that's what she did. And a lot of people showed their hand and showed who they were. And it was easy for her to, do process of elimination. And he was part of that process of elimination. Him, Jay, what's that nigga name? JL, the back door. All them niggas, man. Niggas was sheep, like real life sheep. They couldn't live without Whack. They need to be by Whack. You know what I'm saying? They didn't feel like they can do this without having some attachment to him. That's what I'm talking about, man. Some of your favorite YouTubers, they'll never tell you. They would never tell you. But they didn't got content from Whack behind the scenes. Oh yeah. Some of your favorite YouTubers. Yup. Who be on here talking that anti-Whack shit. And it ain't just one. Cause I know I be tapping down, but no, I ain't talking about this. I ain't talking about just that one. It's a few of them that be on that F-Whack campaign. But behind the scenes, we getting dirt from them. Getting content from them. Running it. Doing his bidding. But then on the surface, they'll say, well, one of them at least, he don't go to us and others because we don't have the intellect. Yeah, you got the intellect. Okay. So he go to you so you can figure him out and expose him. Because coming to us, he'd just spin us and get his narrative out there. Oh, okay. No, fuck nigga. He don't reach out to people like me and others because he know we're not going to accept that. We're not going to push no bidding. We're not going to do anything with him because we have been very loud about that. Very. We have nothing to talk about. And no, I don't need you to send me anything. I don't want to be the first of anything that comes directly from you. I don't rock with you. I don't support your movement. I'm the opposite of what you do. So what the fuck do I look like getting content from you behind closed doors at that? If it's nothing to it, why you don't do it on the surface, and why do you lie about it? Some of them will tell you, they admit it, that I get content from them. Then they'll make some bullshit ass excuse. That's because I thought we was cool. You know, somebody talked me into it. Man, fuck out of here. Yeah. Niggas is sheep in wolves' clothing. Straight up. Straight the F up. It's the lion that kills me. If you gonna do it, nigga, stand on it. Media. Just stand on it. Why would you need to lie about it? Unless there's something else there. Anywho, I don't know how we got all the way that way, but we there. Yeah, he went back, man. Suckers, man. Real suckers, man. Niggas is suckers, man. Straight suckers, bro. But we gonna get to this content right now. Oh, I'm on Snapchat. To those that do the snapping and the chatting, hit me up, man. I'm on Snapchat, man. I'm gonna put it in the description of this video, but if you follow me on Instagram, I think it's already on my Instagram. So yeah. Hit me up on Snapchat, man. We about to expand and do some things. If you want to rock with your boy, I hate saying be a part of the team, even though it is. But if you want to be a part of the family, as far as doing the content thing, bringing some of your ideas to the table, and we help each other bring them to fruition. You want to build your own platform, but you want to grind with me side by side. I'm all open for that. I encourage that. At least that way, you have control of what you're doing. Because one thing I don't want is that. I want the association, but I don't want to be in control of anybody. You know what I'm saying? I advise, give my opinion, strategize, yes, but it's not really my expertise. But grinding with you, building with you, networking with you, I'm all for that. So please hit me in the back channel. Serious people only. Let's figure it out. Let's put something together. Let's build. But let's get to the content, man. Salute again to 504 Street Stories and Gangsta News Network for this. Let's go.
Lanes, who's currently serving a decade in prison, stabbed behind bars.
Rapper Tory Lanez was stabbed 14 times in a California prison and rushed to a hospital.
The rapper serving time for shooting Megan Thee Stallion is in stable condition tonight after allegedly being stabbed by another inmate in the prison yard in California.
That update on rapper Tory Lanez. He was taken to a hospital this morning after being attacked by another inmate at the state prison in Tehachapi.
Oof. Man, I do not miss them days right there. Them niggas make you put your arm on the wall.
Exclusively interviewing
Wow.
Tory Lanez.
It's the boy Tory Lanez. Y'all know what it is.
Tuesday morning, 7:20 a.m., a cold wind creeps through the high desert of Tehachapi, California, inside California Correctional Institution. Silence is shattered. Daystar Peterson, known to the world as rapper Tory Lanez, lies bleeding. His lung.
Hold up, y'all. I hate to do my guy like that. Salute the 504 Street Stories. But Big Gigi is live right now. She says she got a special guest. Man, we all for that, right? We gonna do what they did at No Jumper. Throw an audible. You know what I'm talking about? That's what they did at No Jumper. That's what Loose Cannon and Jay Reed and them did. They threw an audible. That's why we're here today. And Wack is shaking in them cowboy boots that R&B bought him, and love him to shake his big ass in. That's just what the women say. That ain't my business. I'm just telling y'all what the young ladies be saying about him. They say he have mother. What do they call it? Baby bearing hips. Child bearing hips. Salute to Phoenix J for that. That shit be funny as fuck. I be dying when she say that. She said that nigga got child bearing hips. Hilarious. That's funny. All right, where the link at? God damn. Y'all don't mind if I throw an audible, right? Cause y'all ain't doing shit anyway, right? What do you say? That's why I fuck with you. The rest of y'all go back to the EBT side. Yeah, man. Take y'all asses over there, man. We Gucci over here, man. You know that. We's the free people over here. We's the free people over here. We're gonna rewind though because I need to know, how did we get here? How did we get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. Damn, man. I can't go no further than that. Hold on.
What's up, Callie?
Okay.
Hey, Pearl. You guys definitely share, like.
Should we start right here from the beginning, or do y'all want to fast forward to when the dude get to talking and all that? What y'all want to do, man? Just talk to me, man. What y'all want to do? I just want to say, by the way, though, man, to the beautiful women that support me in the chat, man, this morning and every morning, y'all are beautiful. So beautiful. Steffi Weffy, of course. Queen, one of the beautifulest. Yes. And I'm not just talking about your body. You got a nice body. I'm talking about your beautiful face. Inside out, your spirit. You got a beautiful spirit. You always show love, uplifting. You know, it's not just about your booty, it's your beauty. Selena, the beautiful Selena. Who else we got? All the women. Who's that other queen that pulled up? That be hitting me up. Where's she at? I can't find her. But you know who you are. Salute to you. I just want to say though, Gigi a cutie. I don't know what that nigga loose cannon was smoking, drinking, or sniffing. That nigga was doing. I don't even know. That nigga was sniffing motherfucking paint, Epsom salt, Rice Krispie treats, something. That nigga was tripping. Unless she was like one of them naggers or something, like really nagging. And I don't even see her like that. I don't see her to be a nagging. Like if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? You know, on your grown man-ish, I don't see her being the type to be tripping. Like, I don't know though. I don't know her on the outside looking in. But I'm just saying. That nigga had a diamond. How you have a diamond like that and you fuck it off? And I ain't saying, oh, girl is a cubic zirconian, because she pretty too, but her soul is piss poor. Sharice, very beautiful woman, but her soul is piss poor. Piss poor. You know? It's like playing the lotto. They hoping to get a man that got some money that will overlook all those imperfections. Like I'm willing to look over a lot of imperfections because I got my own, but when we talking about your soul being piss poor, nah, there ain't no compromising around that. Not happening. All that shit we was doing when we was young, we not young no more. We grown. We grown. Yeah. If a nigga want to be a player, a nigga just be a player. Yeah, I'm old enough to pull that off. You know, I don't have to compromise shit at the age that I'm at. But we're going to start from the beginning, all right? Gigi is gorgeous. Yes, she is. She's gorgeous. But you are too, though. All my women that be in my chat. I got some. I'm fortunate. You know what I mean? I'm lucky. I know y'all support everybody else, but I'm lucky. Let's go.
Subscribe. Big Gigi is back again, y'all. You already know I told you guys yesterday we were gonna have a special guest. Hey,
she got those lickable lips.
How are you guys all doing today on this beautiful day? Share, like, subscribe.
Yo, them edibles, let's kick it in. Let me shut the fuck up.
You already know. Reflections with Kimberly. Let them know.
Lickable lip.
Share, smash the like. Krells, what up? What's up, G? I love
Throw
all
her
of you
ass
guys.
on that
Share,
wash
share,
machine
share,
and get
like,
busy.
subscribe.
You hear me?
We have a very
You hear
special
me?
guest. I already told you guys it's going down today. We are going to dive deep.
Lay on that couch and tell her to get on top and ride that. Let me shut up. I'm gonna mute.
Reflections with Kimberly. Yes, you guys. So we kind of went over some of the stuff yesterday. I know you guys have been watching my episodes. Episode 1, 2, and 3 are out now. They're all in the descriptions.
Whoever said Build-A-Bear is hilarious. Who was that? No, not Sharice. Y'all ain't saying Sharice is a Build-A-Bear. I know y'all ain't saying that. Who said that? Those Build-A-Bear women. That's hilarious.
Next week, so make sure you have your notifications on.
Boy, suck the Pope out of that orange without squeak. Boy, you ain't never lied. Man, look here. We would have to go buy a 38 pack of Gatorade that night. And that's just for her. I got me a Monster energy drink, 0 sugar, for what I'm gonna need. I'm telling you, she gonna get that work. That work.
But as I was saying yesterday on my live, it's one thing to hear from, the wife or the baby mama or something like that, right? And we've all seen like Luce and Sharice's manipulation.
I want them to stay over you.
They involved, and we talked about the damage they've done, right? But a lot of people,
one more time, Lou from the Lou. What up, my God?
He does so much damage, which I shared with you guys yesterday. I was in an extremely dark place where I didn't even want to talk about it, until I was healed and until I could even fully understand what just happened. Like, what the F, right? So you're listening while you're at your doctor.
Girl, it ain't no problem that we can't lick away. No problem at all. I'm familiar with them dark places. Let's go.
Okay. So you guys, I know you guys, when we go live, you guys love to bombard with questions. So when my guest comes up, we're going to get through the interview and then I will let him take a couple of, take some questions. They will only be through super chat. So save your questions until the end of the interview. Super chat your questions.
Nigga said a girl got a nigga electrolytes off, knocked the Mario Kart coins out her ass.
I appreciate
boy.
Y'all. All right, so let me bring up my guest.
GG.
He used to be. He is
I don't
no
know
longer,
what that. Loose Cannon got to be one of the dumbest niggas I ever seen. I hope I get to talk to him because I need to ask him, like, what the fuck was your problem? What was you thinking? Did you just not know what you had, or is something we don't know about? Because y'all tried to deem her as crazy. But it ain't crazy if she is legally married to you and y'all have a baby and you running around here denying that any of that is true. That's not crazy, nigga. That means you crazy. So that don't count. What made you do what you did and not preserve that? Like, I need to know. I got answers. I'm going to write that nigga. That's what I'm going to do. I ain't going to stop it no more. Let's go.
Very clear.
Salute.
He used to be an IBM member. He is no longer. So I just want to make that clear.
Oh,
all right, Brandon, come on up.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Muddy, I don't think you want that smoke, sir. You know what, though? Respectfully, though, bro, I'm a back up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you have that. You know what I'm saying? Because you my guy. Not like she's property, but I mean, I'm not going to pursue. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to respectfully back up. And Muddy, I'm going to let you take her into the muddy waters. And when she comes to me, because she was disappointed and came up short, I'll make sure she gets what she needs. I will make sure she gets that part that you couldn't give her. But as of right now, I'm going to step back and let Muddy do what Muddy do. Or don't do. However y'all want to look at it. Let's go.
How are you, Brandon?
I'm doing well.
Good. You look different.
Just Bay Area finest.
Yeah,
what
I
up?
The hair ain't got the braids no more, but still me.
You look very different. So go ahead.
No, I'm joking. I'm not shooting my shot. But she is a very beautiful girl. Yeah, she really is. But no, I'm joking. But Muddy is jumping for that. So I'm not mad at that. I'm good where I'm at with the people I have in my chat. I'll find me a diamond in that rough any day. Oh, salute to the Henny gang. Salute to the Henny gang. All right, I'm going to stopping it. Damn.
And let everybody know, who you are and how you were associated with Loose Cannon.
So I'm
Man, that nigga plays soccer. I know him.
IBM, nicknamed Crazy. That's a name that everybody
Crazy.
I really don't go by it anymore.
You crazy naming yourself Crazy.
That moniker behind and that whole persona behind. But I'm one of the original 4 IBM members. If you know about us,
fuck these niggas, an R&B group.
Barry, T-Loke, and myself.
T-Loke.
Yeah, I actually lived with Cannon. Spent a lot of time with him.
Wait, what?
And obviously, I've been a victim of his manipulation, unfortunately. But
to say the least,
grown ass man.
Cannon originally. Do you remember what year you originally
being manipulated?
I believe it was in 22. It was a birthday bash we had for my cousin at the strip club. And that was my first time meeting him. And I believe
let him know. You having fun over here.
After that, that's like the real first time I actually got to spend time with him one-on-one, or I don't even say one-on-one, but was at the celebrity softball game.
What is Justin? I told you he played some type of
I'm going to pull up
volleyball or something.
So this is, this is your cousin, right, Barry? Fino, Loose Cannon, and then that's you at the time.
Yeah, that's us.
So this was like the original.
Let's do it.
Member.
Savage, let's do it.
Right?
Yeah, really, it was just
I'm with that.
T-Lo, Cannon, Barry, and myself were the what we call the 4 corners of IBM. But
Okay.
All
And what did
corners of
Cannon tell you? Like,
IBM.
what was when you first met him? How did he tell you IBM, like what it stood for, what got started, or whatever the case?
Nigga, ain't that a computer?
He really didn't tell me
Never
much, to be
mind.
honest with you. I kind of looked him up, was checking out his Instagram. I noticed the integrity before money in his profile, and I was thinking like, you know, obviously he had a few tell signs of some success. I didn't know all the details behind it, but you know, obviously meeting him, you know, success has its clues. You see, you know, certain things, and you can identify, okay, maybe this person is about what they say they're about. But I got introduced to Cannon through my cousin Barry. And he kind of mentioned to me that, you know, he had this thing called integrity before money. And it really at that time wasn't what it became. But, you know, obviously the name was there. I didn't realize that it was something that you had created. But yeah, that was my introduction to that.
And what was he telling you that, what were you going to be a part of a record label? What were you going to do? What was your position with IBM? Like, what were you gonna do?
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, IBM was
Timberfake.
And obviously Cannon was diving into the music scene. So, you know, I come from a musical background. My grandfather was a doo-wop singer back in the 50s, signed and everything.
Doo-wop singer.
I always had an inclination to music, and I've always...
Don't let me find out he really black and dyed his skin. He got the Michael Jackson plan and dyed his skin. Don't let me find this out.
Wanted to do music, never really had the opportunity or the knowledge to go how to go about it. But, you know, he said that, you know, we do music, you're going to start doing music. And, you know, he started bringing us around in the studios. I seen how things started going, the processes and all that. And I just dove head in, you know, I dove in head first. And
so you were going to be one of his artists under his, at the time, under his record label, IBM.
Yeah. And I got a few songs. I got a song with Barry, and actually 2 songs with my cousin Barry. And then, you know, we were in the studio weekly. So it was something that, like I said, I dove in head first and, you know, was trying to make the best of it. I felt like that was my way of like picking up where my grandfather had left off. I felt like it was like a God-given opportunity, but not realizing that it was just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. Let's play a couple of videos so you can kind of explain like what we're seeing in the videos.
Okay.
So this is original IBM for everybody who's
So
watching.
he about to start snitching
This
on.
is, you know, Loose Cannon, Barry, his cousin. This was what? What is this? You guys were in Miami, right?
Yeah, Miami, and then that's when we were in the studio right here with China. New York. He was trying to promote the music for China too, so I was us in New York in the studio. This other video here, me in the white jumpsuit, we were in Miami with. We had met up with Fabio Foreign's crew, so we were in the studio with those guys. Playing some music.
Where is this at? The same place?
That's the same studio. We're in Miami. He was, you know, playing the music for the guys, showing them the cookout song. And
Don't none of them niggas know how to cook, but they got a song called Cookout. Shit crazy.
Can't save me some motherfucking coupon. AKs and the ARs and the Yukon.
We all got the memo. That was like the first trip we took to Miami right there.
Where's this?
Miami again. That was the first trip. That was before the studio. So that one came before that last video. That was one of the original trips we took out that way. Honestly, I don't even know why we were out there. It was just a bullshit mission. Yeah, like 7, 8 dudes in one room. It was a mess.
So just out there just for nothing.
Yeah, it was.
Hell yeah.
And now this is what?
This was like a I don't know if it was a grand opening or a party that one of the dispensaries in LA was holding, and they invited a bunch of West Coast rappers and all that stuff, and we showed up. Obviously, Cannon was with China, and at that point, I was basically China's security at that point because I was everywhere she went. And so we were at that event there. I was on stage. You could see Cannon there, and you'll probably see China a little later.
So this was, at this point, he was invited because he is portraying himself as an West Coast rapper, right?
Yeah, well, we all know he jacked the moniker Loose Cannon from the real Loose Cannon.
Right. But this is
nobody knew that at the time. But yeah, he was basically pretending he was that dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna get monetized. Look at this shit. Damn, why they gotta do that right now?
And this is China's Ferrari, or
No, that's Exhibit's Ferrari, but China's in the white Rolls right there.
Okay.
And that's my right there.
And that's your cousin Barry, right?
That was my right hand man, my ace. Like my shadow, my big brother. But we are related. His grandma and my grandma's sisters.
Okay, we'll get there.
To the community and smoke some good weed and show people that we can grow. Let me tell you one thing about me. We got the whole world saying that. Turn it up and tell the DJ to play it back. You owing niggas money but don't never want to pay it back. I want my money now, I ain't playing that. I woke up this morning like I still gotta get it. So have a nigga bread like 15 minutes. I hate broke niggas. I hate broke bitches.
There's a lot of hate in that song. God damn.
And I'm assuming you guys are following Black China at this point, right?
Yeah, Cannon's in the car with them. And like I said, I was always right behind them.
Okay, playing security. Now, where is this at?
That was in Hollywood.
My nigga, that shit crazy. I mean, we should put him in the paint. What we doing? Yeah, I miss you more than 80s. Yeah, milligrams. If you gotta talk to me. Rock Nation, yeah, bitch, you jiggle. And I'm plugged on the border, niggas send them through. We gon' get them gone. Good cuz I worked around, I had to send him home. Hey, yo. 45 a day, and then y'all get 50, you on all.
IBM on 3. 1, 2, 3. IBM.
The next artist that we are going to introduce is Loose Cannon.
Who them niggas think they G-Unit?
Born and bred and an artist and producer. He is a self-proclaimed voice of the streets, and we're super excited to have him. He's worked with Nas, he's worked with Keisha Cole.
We about to make history.
Please give him a warm round of applause.
Put the salt on, bitch, I'm a problem. Big guns, ARs, big drums. Long stick, stick, come and get some cookout. Long nose, big shots, quick to solve them. Bitch, I'm a problem.
I know it's easy to forget that this nigga really is an informant. Crazy, right?
So that right there was what, your intro, because that was when you guys were shooting for your film, correct?
That was when we started filming. We were at NFT LA. That was like the first little show we had, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we that was like a little teaser for the show we were supposed to be filming.
Okay.
Some picture shit, I will be the director. Long could get cut short, I will be the editor. Lens gonna told God, I'll be the messenger. Love. We're gonna land on the stereo. Turning one of the rings off on the bitch. Acting like a dictionary. West side, you know, it's somewhere. Niggas got sucks, never went bowling. Niggas got stripes, but we take notice. Grandma said, trim bushes, cut the wood. Never got me. Who dealt those cards? Back it up, back it up, back it up. Niggas say they work the meal, shit ain't enough. Niggas stay socialized, trying to make the more. 26 11 daily, a song. I'm a West Side bandit. The doctor feels last, this nigga things. I like the cutting hands all over the stove, nigga. Look, that beat, those choppers, we got the behavioral stuff. The motherfucker boogie nigga. Good start, nigga. Arms like a bad cover. Mother meal last. Picking in this whole leg. I can't see him in a motherfucking coupon. AKs and ARs in the Yukon. Or you get around like Tupac. Fuck everybody, that's true, huh? That's true, huh? Bitch, fuck everybody. That's true.
Okay, so why don't you explain to everybody a little bit about? Let's start with the show.
Is that
you guys
him?
filming? You guys seem to be in the studio a lot, so kind of just explain what we've.
Is that the same guy right
Yeah,
there
so we
with
got
the
introduced to the
glasses,
network,
with the
and
braids?
then Canon pitched this idea for an IBM
No.
show, and just blew
Tell
the
me
smoke
that
up
ain't
their
him.
ass. They were with it, and we decided to
That's
film
crazy.
a show based on what we were doing, coming to the studio, the street life, everything that we had going on, and he portrayed us as like this ultimate group, and talking about how we were going on tour with Drake and all this bullshit. And
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
That's
the network
crazy.
was like, okay, we got something here, we could probably work with something. And then they put it together, and then we started to film. We were
And
filming
what network was this?
The Forest Bias Network.
So when Cannon pitched the idea, he's telling them you guys are about to go on tour with Drake. He's making it seem like you guys are this big, great group. They're like, okay, we could work with that. Now, are they asking for money? Are they saying how much is going to get paid? Is there contracts? Like, what's the details behind that?
He said, "What's
Well,
the
initially
dealio?"
that was up in the air, and then Cannon proposed the idea to us, and he was like, "Look, you guys are gonna make $750,000 a piece off of this show."
Damn.
And so we were like, "Okay." And then so initially there was no contracts, there was nothing set in stone. We were waiting on the contracts. They said that they were negotiating things, whatever. And we got called into the network office one day, and we were talking with Damien and a few of the guys. And
y'all got to
they said,
tell me
"Okay,
if
well,
that's
we need you guys
him
to bond in
with
to
the glasses
show. We
on.
need you guys to bond in.
Y'all not there
$10,000
yet,
apiece."
So there's
And-
4 of you, and there's
but
4
it's
of you, right?
coming. I need y'all to tell me
Yeah,
if
they
that's
weren't
him with
really
the
including
glasses.
Cannon in that. It was more.
Oh, wait a
so
minute. No,
me,
y'all there.
Barry, and T-Lo.
I'm behind.
And so we sat, and we were like, originally, like, I'm new to all this, so I'm going based off of these guys' words, hoping that I could trust them, based on the relationship that we have, which everything seemed genuine. Like I wasn't catching.
You think
on to
that's what it
bullshit
is,
I
Lou?
should've, but
My man Lou say I'm starting to question Gigi's brain power too, cause she might be dull. She might be a dull knife too. Tell me why you say that, my guy. Why you feel like that? I definitely think she's playing the game. I definitely think she's playing the game. That's a Fendi fact. He sounds as slow as he looks. Yeah, man. Yeah, Loose Cannon, man. He's a wild card. But salute to my guy, IBM Hoodlum, though. Salute to him, man. I talked to him this morning on my other account. I'm pretty sure he knows that's me. And, yeah. He's still doing his thing. He's still grinding. I know he's trying to be faithful and loyal, and I get that. I can respect that. I commend that. I really do. But like I always tell him, Don't sacrifice you and your family for anybody, especially if you know that they wouldn't do that for you. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. But salute to your move and your movement. You know, I try not to even have the conversation with him because I know Loose Cannon is an informant. I think pretty much across it's unanimous across the board. I think all y'all in here know that. We know what's up with that. You know what I mean? But I try to stay away from that because that's still his boy and he's supporting him. And I would seriously doubt that IBM Hoodlum does not know by now what he is. You know what I mean? Is that him with the glasses talking to Gigi right now? Is that him with the glasses? Is that Brandon? Justin Timberfake? Is that him with the braids? Please, can somebody confirm or deny that for me? I'm gonna take a page out of their book. They all look the same. Bruh. No, I'm just teasing. A little dark humor don't hurt nobody. I hope she on FaceTime with Freaky Blood. That is, huh, D Twins? That's him with them braids, huh? With them glasses, looking goofy as a mother. Looking like Lil Pump's little cousin, auntie cousin, little niece, little nephew. 3 times around the block. Yeah, that look like Lil Pump, little nephew, little niece, auntie cousin, little nephew, niece's little brother. Oh shit. Man, I'm trying to y'all helping me uplift my spirits, man. I need it, man. It's been a tough week for your boy, man. You know, I need some uplifting. I need some love. I need some, you know what I mean? Let's go, man.
Like I said, it was genuine connection.
MC Search is hilarious.
Say about them.
That's hilarious.
And their power to, to see things through. But we just
with them glasses on, nigga, you can see everything.
So, initially we kind
God
of
damn,
we got a bond in for $10,000, and
nigga, that nigga got on the Raven Simone glasses, nigga.
And me and my cousin wound up having to cover
That's so Raven glasses, nigga. That nigga got on the That's So Raven glasses, my nigga. He can see it all, my nigga. God damn.
I went home, got the cash, and we wound up meeting up with Damien, and I gave him $30,000 in a bag to bond into the show. Yeah, 30,000 cash.
So you gave 30,000, and then your cousin gave 30,000.
No, it was 30,000 total, but me and him put 15 and 15. So it was 30. I put the 30 up and then got the other, balance on the back end from my cousin. But it was initially 10, 10, and 10. But one of us couldn't cover. So me and basically Barry had to cover, the cost for the other dudes to keep him, in motion and keep him in the mix with things.
Got it. Okay, so you paid the 30,000. Now you guys are bonded in. What's the next move after this point? What is Cannon telling you? What about no contract is signed? You gave 30,000 with no contract signed.
No, they said that they were negotiating with an investor in like the Philippines, and this is coming from the network too. So I mean, we know it wasn't just all Cannon's hearsay. We were hearing it from the network's mouth, directly. We knew that things. I knew that things could come together, but I wasn't seeing the contract, and I kept asking, "Where's the contract? Where's the contract? How come we don't have a contract yet?" You guys got us bonding in, putting money up, which is fine. Like I said, I was all in. I'm not a half-ass type of person. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So, we bonded in good faith to say, hey, you know what? We put our money where our mouth is. Now let's make this real. And it was real. We had camera crews. We were actually shooting. It wasn't, it wasn't a fluke, but on the back end somewhere, shit wasn't right. And we weren't getting the full scope of what was going on. We were kind of being, just kind of strung along in a sense, not completely, but there was no contract, and it's not official until you sign contracts.
No, absolutely. Okay.
Where you at?
You're not from LA.
So this is around the same time that I was with Cannon as well. So I know a lot of the, like, I noticed a lot of the clothes that he's wearing aren't his. Do you know where that stuff came from?
Well, that outfit he's wearing, I bought that.
You from LA, you gonna get the playing price. The 28, that's for the out of town.
Sound like he's shipping it out to Mississippi or some shit.
IBM in this.
So this outfit is the one that you bought?
I think that's the same sweater that the feds picked him up in too.
Yeah, it is actually.
I bought that whole outfit. I bought the glasses. I bought the outfit. I bought the pants.
Wow.
I was Gucci out here too, but yeah, I bought that outfit.
Neighborhood. We out here, cuz. Straight up. You got to.
So let me ask you this. What was the reason for you buying him outfits? Like, did he not have any, or what was the reason for that?
No, it wasn't even that. We were filming that night and he was like, hey, you need to get some designer. You need some nice shit for TV. And I was thinking, okay, cool. I really wasn't into the designer. I'm more of like, I like to wear like gym wear and all that stuff, something that's comfortable. I'm in the gym all the time. So naturally that's what I like to wear, something comfortable. But he told us, hey, for TV, you should go buy some designer. It'll look good, and so I said, cool, so we went down to Gucci and, I was in the position to be able to do something. And I was like, you know what, cool, it's on me today. But I didn't really agree to it. It just, the shit got thrown on the counter and I paid for it, So
supporting your team.
Yeah, I was always a team player. I mean, I can't tell you how many people's shit I paid for, clothes wise, gas. I mean, just all type of money going to places that you was just like, wow, how come this guy doesn't have money for food or gas? It's just crazy.
So at this point, now that you have seen this thing, you guys are starting to film some things. Have you seen Luce come out of pocket for anything for this whole filming thing, or clothes or food at this point?
No, it was actually the opposite. I was the one paying for everything. And that's what didn't make sense to me. And I called him out on it a few times because he was the type to show us the little bank statement. It was a screenshot of $10 million sitting in an account. Didn't have his name on it, whatever, but he would flash it and show, look, I got 10 million in this account. And I called him out on it one day. We were at the house right there in the garage and all the guys were around. And I said, say, you got $10 million. Why can't I get at least 10 grand towards with the money you owe me? And because he owed me tens of thousands of dollars. It's unbelievable. But never once did I see him come out of pocket. It was always everybody else paying for everything. And that didn't make sense to me. Because like I said, if you're this millionaire, multi-millionaire that you claim to be, why am I paying for everything?
Right.
It's beyond me at that point.
And now this is you guys in because you stayed, just so everybody knows, you stayed with me and Luce Cannon because we were together during this time. And this is in our garage in Riverside, right?
Yeah, so how that came about too is I was actually about to move out and get another spot, and Cannon found out, he caught wind that I was looking for a place, and he was like, well, check this out, crazy, like Gigi's about to be out, because obviously you guys had what you guys had going on, and he was trying to get you out the picture. He was like, she gonna be gone, and I got another, he told me he had another mansion in LA, which nobody has seen, nobody knew about, whatever, but it was all hearsay. He was like, I'm not even going to be at this house. Like, you could come stay here. And I told him initially, I was like, nah, this is your house. I don't want to impose. I'm really not the type of person to go move into somebody's house like that. Beautiful home and all. And I loved being there, but it just didn't set right with me. So against my better judgment, I did wind up going in there because he just was adamant about me saving my money. He wanted to see me win and stack my money. So come move in here. You don't got to pay nothing. Which I still pay for all kind of stuff.
What was so special about this interview so far? Like, I'm really like, she was promoting this, and I just want to say, thank you for the content, Gigi. This is just me doing what I do, right? I'm gonna call it like I call it. What was so special though? Like, what was the she was saying that this was, y'all want to tune in for this. I'm just hearing what I've already known already. Like, this is shit we already know. Like, we may not know like the intricate details and all, but we know he's not a millionaire. We know he's not this star guy. We know he's not Nipsey's best friend. We know all this. So I guess this is to like confirm I don't know what this is, but let's listen a little bit more, and I'm gonna get up out of here because I'm being honest with you guys. It's not doing it for me.
Knew that or not, but I paid for a lot of shit. After you were gone, it was just
So you was a
all kind of
trick.
stuff being paid for at that place.
That nigga.
So this right here is
This
the
nigga
logo
was a
that
trick.
the logo for IBM, right?
I created those. I'm the one that came up with the concept for it was like the Universal logo, Universal like studios or pictures, what have you. We kind of like replicated that logo for them. And then the one that goes on the front, I got that from the New Balance logo. And I'm the one that came up with those ideas. And we went down to a guy and had him recreate those for us. So those are my ideas.
And who paid
And
for
then
that?
I paid for that, and then the what you see them screen printing those hoodies that you see everybody wearing, that you seen Whack wearing, that you seen Loose wearing. I paid for all of those. Those were all mine. I went down. I got
Okay,
the receipts for all
big
that.
trick.
So how much did that all come about to? Just like an estimate?
Sweetie.
We
Tricking ain't
didn't
easy.
get a whole lot of them made. I think I probably had like 30 or 40 of those made at the time. Just
Man,
to
let me
get
reach
something
out to
rolling
him.
so we could have something that.
See, I need someone like him to invest in me. I need someone like him that want to invest. See, I'm not gonna clown him like that because he sound like somebody that got a good heart. He had the money and the resources, and Loose Cannon, allegedly air quoting here, had the talent, and it was like an investment. And he took advantage of the investment. See, that's what y'all be messing up. Y'all invest in the wrong people, man. You gotta invest in people that you know you gon' that they are so appreciative that you stepped up to want to help them in that kind of way. That they are grinding night in, night out to make sure you see a return on your investment and then achieve whatever it is, whatever milestone that it is that they're trying to achieve at that moment. And you can tell right off, well, I won't say off the bat, but if you give it a little time, you will see. You will see it if you invested in someone that appreciates what you are investing, what you're bringing to the table. They don't just look at it as shit. That ain't my money. If we crap out, he crap out. That like you. Loose Cannon gives me those vibes. Like before he even opens his mouth, I get those vibes from him. So how are y'all not picking up? Just on the record, if anyone out there wants to invest like this guy did, but you don't want to get screwed around, Stand on the Media will gladly take you up on that, and you will see a return on your investment ASAP. You dig what I'm saying to you? Because it's bigger than just that little bit of whatever Loose Cannon got out of this. Look where you're at now. You could have just did the right thing, right? Stuck to your guns, got your priorities intact, get them straight, and grind the right way. And you probably wouldn't be where you're at today. This is crazy work.
And people could identify who we
crazy
were.
work.
So I think I wound up paying like $600 for.
Hell no, I don't want no outfit, man. I ain't wearing that shit. Hey, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I haven't even been looking at none of the shit that's in, well, some of the shit in the video, but I seen something about some clothes, but no. Anything that has anything to do with these people, man, I can't fuck with that. That shit crazy to me. But all, kudos to him. I just hate that this young brother, he's seen talent, he's seen potential. He wanted to, and I don't know if it was him investing because I wasn't paying attention enough to know. But for whatever his reasoning, he's seen something good in the dude, and he just, he used him. Just used him, man. Shit crazy to me.
For everything, which wasn't too much, but still it came out of my pocket.
Okay, and then
it came out of my pocket.
Where
we were in the Hollywood Hills recording. He said that was Beyonce's engineer or something like that.
Oh my God!
Beyonce's engineer. Okay, let's hear Loose with Beyonce's engineer.
She's talking to you, sir. That's where Beyonce was doing this. That's where Beyonce was doing the music.
You know it. 223s. Yeah.
Niggas over here like, yo.
So I have a question. When you guys were around here, like he said, this is Beyonce's engineer and all this stuff, and we've seen a couple
I
videos
can't
now
take no
where
too much
you guys
more of
have
this, y'all. I'm
been
not
on
gonna lie.
stages and he's rapping. Did you not notice like because I saw that video, the crowd didn't know the song, nobody was like really interacting, they're kind of doing their own thing. Like did you not notice like he couldn't rap, or did you think he could rap, or like?
Here's my thing though, GG. It's easy for you to sit there and take jabs, because they did take jabs. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie. They did. But you were supporting that too, though. You were supporting his rap career. You knew he sucked when you invested your money into him and your ideas. You knew he sucked. But instead of being a real girlfriend at the time, I'm gonna call it like I see it. Yes, support your man, but don't send your man into a suicide mission either. What kind of shit is that? Like, if there's anybody that I would want the honest to God truth from, so I'm not gonna get caught or get blindsided. It's my girl, it's my wife. Straight up, I'm saying it right now on the record to whoever my next girl or wife gonna be. Please be honest and upfront with me. Don't send me into no suicide mission. Don't have me on stage looking stupid. I don't give a damn how strong I feel about the idea. You express how you feel, and I promise you we're gonna dissect it. And if what you saying is aligning with what you saying, then we're gonna go with what you saying, straight up. But I seriously doubt she wasn't telling Luce like, hey man, you really ain't got no flows like that, bro. like you really suck, bro. Like I don't think she was. I think she was telling Luce, go Luce. You go, boy. Cookout. Big guns. Big drums. I need a hot link and a pork chop too, not just a drumstick. Give me a thigh on the side. Anyway, cookout. Big drums. Big guns. Where's Whack 100? Anyway, yeah, she was probably that nigga biggest hype man, and she knew it sucked. I'm curious to know, did she tell him that he sucked?
Like, what were you thinking like at this point when you're seeing all this and not really seeing? I mean, $10 million. If he's got $10 million and he's produced for Keisha Cole and what was it, Nas and all this stuff, don't you? I mean, were you not questioning anything at this point?
Yeah, she supported his dreams.
I was and I wasn't, because I was still kind of fresh and new to Cannon. I didn't really understand how manipulative he was and how deep the lies ran. I mean, the man told us that he wrote and produced Candy Shop. That was his. Now it's Bodak.
Oh my God!
Candy Shop. That was his claim to fame to everybody. And you can ask anybody that's been around. Like, he used to tell everybody, I wrote and produced Candy Shop
for 50 Cent.
But then if you look everything up, you can see who actually worked on the track, and nowhere in any of that does it say Tremaine Williams. Correct. And as far as him rapping, I didn't really think too much of it. I was more supportive than anything, but I really wasn't like impressed.
Well, nah, I think this, man. I think she supported him. Then he did what he did. He dogged her out. Like, look, we gonna call a spade, bro. I know I'm a man. I can admit that in my younger days, I played a dangerous game like he did too. I don't think I was as vicious as what he pulled off and did. I don't think I would have went that far. My conscience wouldn't let me go that far. But when you're young and immature and you think you have a reputation that you have to uphold to, you do some things that are not pleasing. You know what I mean? But I think she supported him and did what she did, and then he started cheating on her for whatever reason. He got big headed. He got cocky. He was around certain people because of her. Then he started to feel like he really didn't need her. He probably never liked her like that to begin with, for whatever reason. Looks ain't everything. Like, of course you want to be with somebody that's attractive, but what is up under the hood? What's up under the, you know what I mean? Like, what type of engine is she working with? Where the mindset at? You know what I mean? What does she stand for? What does she want out of life? The same thing she's asking you. So, for whatever reason, there was a disconnect between the two. Or with him and her, I think she wholeheartedly was feeling him. She said he was charming and charismatic and all that good shit. So she probably fell over, over heels for him. But then he really didn't look at her the same. And, he started cheating on her. She started catching it. And then he got with Sharice, and they just denied her. So I'm not mad at the retaliation. I'm really not, because they really played in her face. They really was out here talking about she was crazy. She was 5150. Just lying. They staged a whole fake ass wedding. So she had been talking about it, been trying to get the message out there, been working the circuit, but nobody would listen. Now she has that opportunity for people to listen. I'm just saying, even in your moment of victory and triumph, you still have to humble yourself and acknowledge where you could have did better, to where you wouldn't be in the situation. And that's one of them. She supported a man's career that he had no career at all. I can see if he had a little skill and he was getting better. I'm not saying that he's without talent when it comes to the music shit. It's not that. But it's not going to grab millions of people. What would have is him being funny, doing his skits, doing the funny Marco type of entertainment, like that shit. Like, he would have been really, really good. That's his sweet spot. But music, I don't hear it. And if I don't hear it, she don't hear it. But maybe, I don't know. I mean, everybody different. She might have really thought he had something there, and she wanted to support it. But the point is, you did. You know what I'm saying? And when you knew the nigga sucked, was you telling them, or would you still supporting them? That's all I'm saying.
But like I said, I was still fresh and new to who Loose Cannon was, and I really didn't understand how deep the lies and
that nigga wrote the Candy Shop by 50 Cent. I produced it.
That's in Miami.
Miami.
I forget what's the big strip club out
there? Man, I gotta cover up that girl booty.
G5 or one of them, anyways. But yeah, so what you
I'm really
see
not
there,
about to get monetized, man. Why these niggas playing, man?
Everything,
Stop playing with me.
all of that. That was all out of my pocket. The money that Sharice is holding in her hands right
yeah,
there.
I was about to say. So we see Sharice. Let's back that up a little bit.
Back
we see
that
Sharice
up.
holding hold on. A stack of money, and so
Let's
you
see
said,
that first.
so whose money is? Let me get missed it. Whose money is that right there that she's holding?
That's my money.
So how did she get your money?
Oh, that's her right there. Oh, wow. I gotta hurry up and cover that booty, though. I'm sorry, y'all. That booty, I can't cover that booty up.
Reservation and tables and discounted price and all this bullshit.
Okay, I got it.
I didn't even care about the story. I was like, all right. He was like, I need this much, so I gave him the money. And
he was trying to compete with Steffi Weffy.
The bottles were paid for. Obviously, I knew that. And then he asked for some more money so that he could entertain. And that's when I gave him more money, and he wound up cashing out and wanted to give it to Sharice.
So how much money would you say that you spent here this night?
About 10,000. About 10,000.
All right, like
about 10,000.
3 racks.
Oh, wow. That's
so
it?
Sharice, I'm assuming, unbeknownst to her, she's thinking that she's just with this rich nigga who's handing her this stacks of cash.
Oh yeah, she was feeling saucy that night. She thought she had a winner, and
well, you gave her all the, you gave her everything to make her feel that way.
Winner, chicken dinner.
It got to a point during the night where it was her and another friend. She had brought a friend. You could see her sitting right there.
Yeah.
The friend wasn't even throwing the money, so I snatched the money out of her hand and threw it myself. I was like, "You got to throw this shit. You ain't about to just be sitting here trying to pocket this shit and walk out the club with my money."
That's a fact.
I snatched it out of her hand and threw it myself, but yeah, that was definitely
with him on that.
So is he coming to you like? Is he asking you for? I'm assuming is he pulling you to the side when he asking you for money? And then at this point, what are you thinking? Because if he's showing you he has $10 million in the bank, are you not wondering like, why are you asking me for money when you got 10 mil?
I was always wondering at that point, if you ask me for a couple dollars here and there, I get it. It's cool, no big deal. I'm a team player, like I said, but all the time. I mean, when we went to Miami.
No, you're not in it, Steffi. She didn't stand a chance. You missed it. You gotta go back a little bit.
Stormed off.
She didn't stand a chance, Queen.
My money out here no more. I was like, kind of at that point, I was like, I had enough, bro. I had just got done paying for Poppy steak. everybody was ordering food. Most people, a couple people at the table didn't have $1 to contribute. I wound up picking up the bill, and then
should have said something
like
then.
I said, he asked me
You
for
should have said
$800,
something.
and I didn't give it to him. So he was broke at that time. He had no money. He had nothing. He had no dollars he didn't have 2 shiny nickels to rub together.
And this was at what month around was this month and year?
Damn.
Well, you said you were in Miami, right?
Yeah. So this particular scene right here, we were in Vegas. This is when he met Sharice.
Yeah.
But before that, or after this, actually, so we met them that weekend, and the very next weekend we were in Miami. So we were in Vegas for, I believe it was Grammy weekend. Was it Grammys, or I believe it was the Grammys?
I believe it was. Yeah.
And then the very next weekend we flew out to Miami. And so the story was, we were in the club, we were at the strip club, we were supposed to perform or something, which I know was bullshit anyway, because it just didn't feel like it was real. He asked me for $800 and I didn't give it to him. So he didn't have any money, and he was trying to find a way out because I wasn't being his way out like I normally was. And so what does he do? I'm not in the little circle in the little bottle section where he's at. He's in the section with a couple other dudes, and he winds up knocking a dude out for no reason. Just sleeps him, boom, knocked him out, and then walks off. And I was like watching him walk off, and I was like, oh,
wait. In the section that you guys were in?
It was like a section that we were kind of like just mingling around. We hadn't had a section yet. We were still trying to figure out what was going on for the night. We had just got there. We weren't even in there for 15 minutes.
Damn.
And he asked me for the money. I told him no. He got pissed off. And so to create a diversion to get us out of there, he winds up knocking this dude out because he knows we got to leave after that, and we're not sticking around. So he knocks the dude out, and then he walks on. And then by this time, security's trying to find him, and they see him walking towards the bar. I already see what's going on, so I beeline to Cannon, and I was like, what happened? He was like, man, I had to knock him out. And I'm like, this fool always getting into some shit. And then security by that time was already all over us, and they were trying to get to him. And I turned around and told him, I was like, you ain't touching him. You touch him and you're going to deal with me. I was like, let me get him out of here. And, it was a shit show after that, but wound up getting him out of there. He almost got arrested too, because he wanted to be all turned up with the security guards outside wanting to fight, and the police were looking for him. So it was just a mess. But he wound up knocking a dude out to get out of the situation because he had no money to contribute, and he didn't want to, be stuck sitting looking stupid.
So he knocks the dude out, and then I'm assuming that you guys, or he or whoever, gets escorted out at this point.
Yeah, I had to escort him out because security was ready to tear him up. And I was telling security, like, you guys touch him, I'm going to knock you out. So I was kind of having his back, trying to get him out, with minimal confrontation. I told him, let's just go. Let's get out of here because it's going to be all bad here in a minute for us.
Okay. So now this is Forest Bias Network. You know what I'm saying? Now we're here. Now at this point, this is what?
If you look at this is the intro to the Bad and Bougie show. The very first scene that they have are her rolling up and him rolling up in that Maserati.
Batty and the Beast, right?
Bad and Bougie. See, you got it mixed up. But yeah, Batty and the Beast, which was supposed to be the IBM show.
Bad and Bougie.
They wound up flipping it into something else because shit just wasn't going the way it was supposed to. But that was them pulling up. We were filming the scene with them pulling up, and then we were walking into the house that was vandalized
so let me back up a little bit. So you told us that it was originally the IBM show, right? You guys go to Forest Bias Network in Las Vegas. That was his first time meeting Sharice, which I believe the date was April 8th, 2022.
Yeah, that was it.
Right. So at what point does it now turn into the Batty and the Beast show? How long does it take for it to turn into that show? Because he meets her April 8th, right? He'd never seen her before, meets her April 8th. And when he meets her, is he like how does this become to where she's running the show now and it's him and her show?
Yeah, so he met her at the suite that the network had in Vegas, which I believe was Jay's suite. And I think at that time he was just desperate because he had no funds. He was, he didn't have any money. So he was looking for his next victim. And, he's seen Sharice sitting at the table, whatever. She was in a lot better position then than she is now. And he saw an opportunity and he jumped on it. And then as Cherie started to come around, because he wants to keep her around, obviously he's trying to milk her. She starts to kind of interject, and Cannon's like, "Oh, baby, like, you know, you could be a part of the show. We're filming this show, this and that." And then somewhere, I don't know everything that went on behind the scenes, but I'm like, you know, led to believe that he told her that basically that she could be a part of the show, and then she could be the executive producer of the show.
Oh wow!
Right.
And then from there, she basically tries to like start organizing things, starts telling people their roles, trying to tell us what we're gonna do and this and that. And
So
it was
let's be
weird to me.
clear. So when he met her, she was actually there with somebody else, correct?
Yeah.
Names, but she was there with somebody else. So
Yeah, she was with somebody else at the time, and he knew about it.
Right. He knew about it. So
She made the move.
Right. Yeah. He knew about it. She says, "I'm messing with so and so," and he's like, "Oh, who cares?" Basically, takes her. And then, how long does it take for her to start being an executive producer? From the time he met, was it like a couple weeks later, a week later?
About a month.
About 30 days. Okay.
A little over a month, because it was April 8th when they met, or around that time. And then this right here is the day after Mother's Day.
Correct.
Oh wow!
April, May, you know.
Right. So
Why is that house like
this is our
that?
house in Riverside.
You don't know
For
the
everybody who
clean?
knows, this was the scene that was shown on Batty and the Beast, right?
Oh.
And this is Charisse talking about the show. This is what you're talking about as far as her now 30 days after meeting Luce. Now we seen the 15th, May 15th, what 2022 was when that house was vandalized and robbed. And now we see her basically talking about the show, and she's saying besides the house being broken into, we are okay. And then she's telling you guys, we're gonna film on Saturday at 4 p.m. Barry and Crazy, you can perform, so get ready.
Yeah, just last minute. Everything was so last minute, unorganized. And then, like I said, her trying to interject and become part of the, you know, the crew. She was really trying to boss us around and like take the lead and be like, "You guys work for me now," you know. And I wasn't having it, you know. I was just like, "I don't know who you think you are," but you can see in the message. I told her, I was like, "You're the new kid in town, you know. We've been around."
Yeah,
so all this trying to boss us around, and then you can see the attitude changes. You know, she sees that I'm kind of like biting back, letting her know that I'm here. Like, you just ain't about to walk all over us. And then, you know, she starts to tell, "Oh, well, you don't have to perform, or you're not going to perform." I'm like, "It's you ain't IBM. I'll perform if I want to, and Barry can't perform the song without me."
Let's not call her out her name, though. She's not here to defend
verse
herself.
and the last verse. So it's like, how are you going to perform the song without me? It don't make no sense.
So at this point, was Cannon involved in these group messages? Was he seeing all this, or was this just between her and the IBM members?
He was in on it too, but they were always together. So, you know, it was more or less him sitting right there, and she was sending it out, and they were kind of orchestrating things probably together. But it was more so her trying to take the lead.
Okay.
You know?
And then this message right here. So this is the For Us By Us Network, and this is their conversation between Loose Cannon and the For Us By Us Network. Damien, right?
Yeah. So basically, what you see there is them trying to, you know, he's telling them about the house being broken into, and he said he's blaming it on China. You know, and I didn't believe China would have did anything like that. She's got too much stature out here to be breaking in and thrashing people's houses, no matter how crazy they say she is. But then they wanted to get her. They wanted to say that she did it on camera. They were basically trying to spin this whole narrative that China did all this, you know, because she was
out. So just so you guys know, this is this right here. This incident is the incident where him and Charisse went on platforms saying that myself, because now this was before they started going on platforms. This text message right here, but later on they not only implicated China and fabricated China breaking into the house, they then added me. And then it was me and China teamed up together and broke in and robbed the house.
That was what they were telling everybody, that it was you and China. And I was like, it might have been one of you, but I doubt it was both of them. And I honestly didn't even believe that it was either one of you. It was weird.
Okay, so now this is kind of what I wanted to go over. This is Loose Cannon talking to you about me, correct?
Yeah. So he was basically like
back into what you were saying.
Yeah, he would kept telling me like, hey, she's about to be on her way out, this, that, and the third. And that was when he was saying like she's crazy. Like, man, I've been telling her to leave, and you know, I'm just like waiting for her to leave. But then on the other end, he was telling you like come back to the house, you know,
Right.
like
So I want you guys to see what he was. This is the manipulation that Cannon does. So that was the conversation between him and Brandon, and then this is Loose
Oh, she
Cannon's
almost called him Bear
conversation to
Claw.
me literally the next day, as you guys can see. So he's out spending all this money. As I told you guys, he had all the guys sleeping at the house. You know, he would kick me out of the house with the baby whenever he saw fit, or after he, you know, punched me in the eye or pushed me or pulled my hair or something. And here you go, seeing me asking him. And mind you, at this point, as I stated, me and Cannon were not together. We only lived together because I had the baby. He refused to give me money and let me get a roof over my head with his child. And as you can see, he's telling me, come home, blaza, 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 just so you guys can get an idea of the manipulation and the games that he plays, how he tries to turn people against people. So he's got Brandon thinking I'm some crazy delusional person. He's begging me to leave, and I'm just not leaving. And then as you can see with the messages between me and him, it's completely something different. But this is just shows the mental illness that he has, that, you know, the games he plays with people. As I told you guys before, you know, Cannon, his whole life is a game and everybody's a player and only he knows the moves, you know?
yeah, it's sick.
Like, it's insane. I can't make this up, which is why I have to show people. So I wanted to go over about just let me know when did you start seeing, like, kind of explain this poppy and steak thing. You were saying that you paid for everything.
We sat there, went to
Yeah,
poppy steak,
haters.
you know. Obviously, I don't think Sharice thought she was paying for anything. She thought my man's got it, you know.
So
And
she didn't see you pulling out the money while all this is happening with this man that she's known for 30 days. And he's she's not like, I mean, it's not like he's pulling the wad out. So are you sliding him the money, or how is that working?
took the bill and paid it. You know, they set the thing on the table and looked at it. And I know my cousin had kicked some money in too. I ain't going to sit there and say he didn't, because I know he did. So it's basically me and Barry had to pay that bill.
Okay. And what is this text message between you and Luz?
I was just getting to the point where, you know, as I kind of mentioned before, and most people don't know, Cannon worked me for about $125,000 cash in 2 months. And that wasn't even all of it. That was just within 2 months, I had lost $125,000. And I was getting down to the end of what I had, you know, put away. And I was basically letting him know, like, look, man, I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I don't even got enough money to cover my bills for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
And you keep telling me all these deals are supposed to be signing, we're supposed to be coming through. You're gonna cut this, you know, deal. We're gonna get a check, this and that, blah blah blah.
Oh,
and
wow.
I just let him know, like, I'm about to have to make a choice to have to go back to work, you know, working in construction to, you know, to provide for myself, because I got a son to provide for, you know, on top of everything else that I'm doing, you know. And that's me right there asking, you know, like, my girl was supposed to be coming into town. This was her first time flying to the States to be with me. She lives in London. And I was basically trying to get him to at least shoot me 10 grand of what he owed me. He owed me a hell of a lot more than that, but I was just trying to get a little piece of
I
something.
called it earlier, about 10 grand total.
I could take her out, show her around, get us a nice little place somewhere, and, you know, just treat her well while she was here. And
always, yeah.
At that time, that you see right there, you know, I'm asking, are you straight? And it says no, they got him on that shooting.
Well, YouTube studio.
That was a whole nother situation. I don't know if you want me to explain that.
Yeah, please tell us about what he's
Look,
talking about.
please tell everything. I want you to tell it all.
So,
don't leave nothing out. Gigi she's a savage.
Had a massive party at the house.
Savages.
You know, and I had, just before that, you know, we had to pay to get the house cleaned up, and, you know, it was a whole bunch of shit going on, obviously with the break-in. And I told him,
Sugar daddy funds getting low is crazy.
Chaos going on. And he's like, all right, we're not having no more nothing. We're not going to be doing nothing at this house. Like, it's going to be quiet. It's going to be chill. He told me that on a Wednesday. Thursday, the cleaners came, and you'll see the thing that I sent there.
Wow, window liquors, crazy.
Costs, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then that very next Friday, he tells me, "Oh, we're having a big ass party at the house. We're throwing a flyer party. It's supposed to be like he was supposed to have like some celebrity guests come through, but it was bullshit. They just say that to get people there, and then whatever. So that night it was just chaos. There's all kind of
Savage Astro said, "How did all these people get played by a window licker? Hilarious. Yo, the comment section is undefeated." Oh man, gotta give Loose Cannon some credit that they let a simpleton played them out of all that money. Man, Fair West is crazy, bro. But it's like, damn, man, because sometimes in life you run across really good-hearted people who have, the means that you may not have, and because you have a dollar in the drain, they want to support you blindly because they good-hearted people. Then they get taken advantage of, and now your heart turned cold. No, you don't want to look out and help nobody because you think everybody leeches and trying to milk you. It's an unfortunate situation, man. This dude, the first time he got scammed, it's not his fault. But every time after that, come on, bro. If it move like a duck, quack like a duck, bark like a duck, shit like a duck, it's a shitty duck.
shit going on, just all kind of
straight up
in the house. And
I'm gonna give y'all like 5 more minutes, and I got to get up out of here, man.
Me and my cousin were talking. We were like, "Man, thank God this party's over, man." Like it was.
But she's still alive over there.
So much drama going on. And my cousin wound up leaving out that night. He wound up cutting out. I said bye to him, and him and one of our boys smashed out. You can see right there. That's the cleaning bill. So it was $1,000 for me to.
Oh my God.
And
oh wow.
Anyways, so my cousin wound up leaving the house
Dirty
that
niggas.
night that they had that big party, and a truck followed him from the house down to the main highway and wound up passing him up. And then as my cousin went to go get on the freeway, that same truck that passed him was sitting on the on-ramp. And as soon as my cousin drove by, they started shooting at him. I got pictures of the bullet holes in his Benz and everything. Like, he could have been killed. And Cannon had the nerve to say that I was responsible for that shooting, that it has something to do with the robbery from the poker game, that the girl came back and she brought people with them and this and that, and they pointed him out and they were looking at Barry and they followed him to the freeway and shot at him. So he blamed it all on me. And mind you, after Barry had left, I went to sleep. It was a long night. I knocked out. The next morning I wake up, Cannon's telling me, "Oh, crazy, did you hear what happened last night?" I'm like, "Nah, what's up?" And Sharice was like, "Your cousin got shot at last night." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I called him immediately. I'm trying to blow his phone up. He's not answering. Cannon tells me, the dudes came back to the house and I followed him down the street and I drilled him. Basically, he told me he shot him, killed him. And I'm like, that don't even sound right. And I was like, first of all, it pertained to my cousin. Why didn't you wake me up immediately and tell me what was going on? Because at the end of the day, they know how I move. They know I get busy. So
oh my God.
Why would you not wake me up?
I can't listen to this shit no more.
On because you already know how I move. I would have been all over it. Especially if them dudes came back, they would have had it. Like it would have been over with for him. But he didn't tell me none of that. Waking up, he tells me, "Oh, I drilled him, I killed him, whatever." So I go on looking for any reports. I'm looking for anything in the news. I even got in the car and went and drove all around the areas that he told me that it was at. No crime scenes, no nothing. If it's a homicide, they're gonna be there for a while. Collecting evidence. They just don't wrap that up right away. That's an investigation.
Right.
But little did I know that was the same time that they went down to the hospital and got into the altercation with you. So now I can't get a hold of Cannon.
That's where we go.
And Sharice is texting me, "Oh, they picked him up on that shooting." And I'm like, "What shooting? There was no shooting."
Oh my God. So Sharice lied and said,
I'm sorry, because I really do got to get my day started. But yeah, man, she's live right now. So we are negative 1 hour. Oh, no, we're not. We are negative 28:10, right? Negative 29:10. end. So if you want to pick up right here where we left off, if you really are interested in listening to this shit, or if you're trying to go to sleep, this is something that definitely will put you to sleep. I'm not going to lie to you. Definitely had me thinking about nodding the F off. Going over there and listen to it. 2910 negative 2910 because she's live right now. So yeah, you guys can go over there and listen to it over there. I got some things I need to get into. Getting my day started, you know. Even though I've been up since 5:30 this morning. I don't know why, but I'm an early bird. I'm a real early bird. Where's it at? God damn it, there it go right there. That on over there like that there. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna do this like this here. Big guns, big drums, chicken wings, and plums, and some, get some, with some, then some. Got big drums, cookout, big fun, potato salad, chicken, high links, hamburgers, oh, you name it. Cause ain't this song about going to a barbecue or something? But it was a diss at Black 100 or something. It was something like that. Let me stop clowning. I don't really give a damn. Man, salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody that pulled up, man. Salute to the people that reached out to me behind the scenes because they heard me earlier say that I've been out going through a little bit of stress, got a lot of pressure on me, man. I appreciate that, man. I really do, man. But I'll be all good because I'm blessed at all times. But you know, life can come at you hard, man. The situations that you got to deal with, you know, you just got to figure it out. But y'all did make my day. I'm not gonna lie, I made my day. Savage Astro, let's network. Let's do that. Cause that right there, that idea was something that's perfect for me. Because like I said, I want the people that rock with me to be able to interact for real and interacting with the chat. See, I would do the phone line, but then that's like stealing somebody else's idea. And I don't really think that's necessary. We can do it in a way where the people that are on the live and the chat can interact and get their shine too without having to call in and all that. Because some people rather just type anyway and be heard on the phone or come up and be put on the podcast. If they do, we'll give them that option though. We'll give them that option. But other than that, I want to do a live and a podcast where we get way more input from the chat. Because the chat definitely is where it's at. That's where the meat and potatoes be at. Well, I'm telling you, it'd be funny. And a lot of people be having a lot of good insight, man, on what we're talking about, what the subject is that day. They have a lot of insight, you know, a lot of theories, and I love it. So I think that is something we will incorporate into what I'm doing. But doing a podcast is definitely the lane that I'm going. Eventually we'll be there. You know what I'm saying? That fits me. I think that fits me better to a T. You know, I want to have like guests that come to the show, but I'm gonna take more of the let them speak and tell their story. I'll ask a question here and there to keep the conversation going, but it's more about them and less about me, so we'll let them rock. I like that format better anyway. But anyway, that's later on down the line. Salute to everybody that pulled up, man. I appreciate y'all, man, all day long. Bruh. Sherm in the building. Suffering succotash. Bruh. Salute to you, bro. Let me tell you, man, we out. Discord. I got a Discord. Does both voice and chat, and you can split it up. Oh, okay, yeah, because I already got a Discord. Matter of fact, the link to the Discord be in the description of the video. I have it in the description, but those links for whatever reason expire. So if you need a new link to the Discord, hit me up on Instagram. I'll send you a link, and you'll be able to get into the Discord. But what I will do is update the link when I put it in the description. I was doing that before, but then I stopped pushing the Discord because, you know, I only did that to combat that other Discord. But my Discord grows now. And my District 13 family, they spend a lot of time down there. I think we're going to start doing movie nights down there, which I think is a great idea. And y'all can come join us in the Discord and go and watch the movies like Sinners is I think one of the first movies we will do down there in the Discord. Justin was talking about it yesterday or the day before, so I'm gonna get with him sometime this week and tell him I think that's a good idea and I think we should run it. And then y'all can come join us down there in the Discord and we'll do a movie night where we all can watch it and listen to it and all that good shit. He knows how to do it. I don't know nothing about it, but he was telling us that we all can be down in the Discord listening and watching it at the same time, and I think that's a super good idea. So I do look forward to that. But I will put a new link in the description. If it doesn't work for whatever reason, hit me on the Instagram. The gram is on there, and hit me on Snapchat. We got a Snapchat. And I'm coming around that corner when I come. I got a TikTok too. I just don't like TikTok. But you can hit me on TikTok. I think I'll put that in the description too, but I don't know if I'm already doing that. But I'll do that. Facebook, I'm older, but I'm not an old person. That's for old folks. So I really don't do Facebook. So anyway, man, I love y'all for real, man. We're gonna try to get some more content out at some point today. If not, then it'll be tomorrow. Stay blessed. Stay good. And if you ain't good, be good at it. You know what I'm talking about? I'll catch y'all on the other end. Let's get it. Hey, it's the cookout. Big guns, big drums, big sums, big ones. Cookout. Big drums, big guns, big buns, sweet huns, cheddar, bacon on that ham, slamming with that woman. Yo, salute the loose, get it, man. Loose the liability, get it. You know what I'm talking about? Turn that up. I love y'all for real, man.